Did they have to do the 5 times for your blood pressure because they couldn't believe the results?
Yeah, dude.
That's
so
sketchy,
here's
bro.
what's crazy. Here's what's crazy about this too, right? Back in 2020, I got a allergy test done because my whole life I was told I was allergic to shellfish and to bee stings. Not allergic to either. I think my mom was just trying to save money on fucking dining out or some shit my whole life. Not allergic to either of them. So I found that out in the beginning of 2020. But when I went and had that done, the woman took my blood pressure and said, Jesus, you have really high blood pressure. And then she brought another machine in because she thought the machine was broken.
Bro.
Brought another machine in.
Such a bad look. You broke the machine. This couldn't be right.
Yeah, and then...
Like Chernobyl when they're reading the thing. This is breaking.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day.
At work keeps joking that I'm racist.
We'll have to leave that name.
and so he keeps joking about it, which is whatever. But the other day, you know Nemo, Dante's nephew. He sits over by
White kid?
No, he's a black dude. and the other day, Dan's doing his little thing about that, and Nemo's standing right there, and I'm like, bro, stop!
Doing what? Doing his thing about what?
Insinuating that I'm racist. Nemo's standing right
as a joke.
there. Yes,
dude. Not there. That is a classic joke to tell somebody else that you're somebody who's just
and
a
then
terrible
it looks bad because
person.
I'm freaking out. And I'm like, stop.
And then you look like you're making a big deal out of it. It's like, bro, calm down. This guy must be fucked up.
Yeah, so I'm like, great, it is what it is, but whatever.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? The monetization. So people are talking about. We had Uncle on.
Yeah.
That got 6 or 7 on.
Dude, I was reading the comments on that too, man. People were being kind of douchey.
to me?
Yeah.
Oh, they were ripping me apart. Dude. I was cracking
he does
up.
interrupt though. He does interrupt.
Okay, but here's the thing. Anybody who's going to watch a podcast, if you're not familiar with the host, watch some of the other episodes first. You're there because you want to see this guy that's great, but don't downplay the host if you've never watched any of the other episodes.
Some people liked it, but a lot of people were like, bro, if this white dude don't shut the up. But the thing is about monetization, Mike and I are getting at a point where it's like we could, monetize it. But here's the little rant I want to go on. It's like monetization, a lot of it is paid by advertisements, right? And the problem with that is the end outcome is going to change, right?
That's true.
It's just like, I know that if my content is about raping babies, right, that it's not going to get as much money. So even if I think that's funny, right? I'm going to stray away from that, right? So then the end product people are getting is already filtered. It's already pre-filtered. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
It's interesting because it's because that's what you're trying to sell. You're not trying to sell one piece of this thing for $800. You're trying to sell this thing, 8 cents of ad space to 800,000 people or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's because it has to be so large, I don't see how I can make a joke about most of my jokes are suicidal in nature or pedophilic or whatever. That's just the most absurd absurd shit. Now, obviously, I don't have to go down those roads, but it just sucks to think that every piece of content we put out has to. We act like it's the Wild Wild West, right? But to actually get any type of pay, you need to play ball. Yeah. And it's so the idea of a Patreon or these members only things. So we're gonna start a thing where it's you can become a member, right? So we have 3 people who support us, and we love those. So shout out to you 3. We know all 3 of you guys by name. They're all related to us. It's my mom, his mom, and my dad. He's always supporting. But the few people that do support, we're gonna offer a membership. It's gonna be $1 a month, right? And for that $1 a month, see, that's the thing. A lot of people could pay nothing, right? But then you're only getting what we do now.
Right.
If you pay the $1 a month, you're gonna get the exact same thing. But here's the thing.
But wait, there's more.
Eventually, we're gonna start to be able to put the more unedited stuff. And unedited versions of stuff. Him and I are also going to start doing traveling to go certain places and getting some good guests. We're gonna it's going to evolve, right?
Right.
But it's tough because everything we're doing is coming out of our pockets right now, right? Our blood, sweat, and tears in pockets, and we're not going to stop because we enjoy doing it. But to build it, we're going to try to have some type of, hey, if you want to support us, we don't know if we're going to go Patreon yet or YouTube membership or what, but we do want a thing where we own it at the end of the day, and we can sell our own ad space to brands that are smart, right? Your dick pill brands, your dick pump brands.
Right,
You know what I mean?
Stuff that's on par with what
the stuff
you
that's funny and that they get it. They get the joke. It's not this old school advertising thing, but it's like, yeah. So we'll let you guys know more about that. And again, if you don't support, just watch. That's great. If you don't watch, that's also great. You know, don't care. We're just trying not to start move. We don't want to move to the woods and start mailing bombs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
Just trying our best to not start the bomb mailing, basically.
It's crazy.
Mike's always pushing me to do it.
It's crazy how much ad revenue controls so much in this country.
That's what I'm saying.
For so long.
And people don't even, it's like, even if it's not direct, you know, it's like, you might not say, hey, I'm doing this for this thing, but it's like all this backdoor. It's like, you know, you're going to withhold what you say. If Mike and I are sponsored by A24 Studios, right? And then we go see a shitty A24 studio and we're on the podcast and you go, hey, have you seen this? I feel like,
yeah, now you got to be like, oh, it was so great.
And all I want to be is authentic. So it's like,
yeah, I was going to say, it kind of takes away from your authenticity. You're going to put yourself in, I don't even want to say in a gray zone, but you're going to definitely put yourself where you're like, I'm not talking about this, I'm not talking about this, I'm not talking about this. And like once that starts happening, like you said, you lose the authenticity.
You just start to, it's the same thing when a guy gets in a relationship and starts stripping away parts of himself.
Yeah.
You know? It's like you start to slowly become something you weren't.
Yeah.
To play
just
ball.
a shell of a person.
Yeah. And it's like the, you know the Manosphere?
I don't think so.
So like that's like the Tate brothers and all these He-Man woman haters online. Basically, if the high value male HVMs. Okay, so high value male is it's these guys who get red pilled online. These young guys are they're lonely. It's hard to date. Yada yada yada. They get online. They figure out they should just be grinding. They need to be grinding at their work. They need to be working out. They need to not even be fucking with these women. All this stuff. And it's like the once you start going down that path of the high value male, the concepts in the beginning make sense. Like certain times you can hear something from someone going, hey, you should have your value. You should know what you bring to the table as a man. You should be able to do this. You should be competent. That's fine. I'm okay with like giving advice. But somewhere along the line, somehow, some way, it almost always is just like, yeah, they need to be in the kitchen. They're dumber than us. Like I swear to God, it always goes down that path. And like I know people who are semi-intelligent and they'll get caught up in the whirlwind of the manosphere. And it's like, look, I think that a lot of the principles of it are decent. But if you even start calling yourself a high value male, it's like, and just those words alone aren't bad.
No,
but because it's been hijacked into this fucking like He-Man woman haters, I just think the divide between men and women is getting bigger and bigger. They're not the issue. They're not the enemy.
I think there's a lot of divides happening, man, and it's kind of crazy because it's like a lot of it seems to be driven by the internet and just people. You know, just putting, first of all, there's a lot of false information on the internet. The people that watch reels, anybody who watches a reel and thinks that shit's serious, I want to slap the piss out of. Anybody who's like, dude, there's so many women that watch these reels. I'm looking at you as if like this is your problem or some shit. There's so many women that watch these reels and be like, this guy did this and oh my God. And I'm like, yeah, they staged it because they make money, dummy. Like, are you not understanding that they set all this up? It wasn't like, you think somebody's just randomly filming these spontaneous things happening in life? No,
they
man.
randomly were at the mall, saw the guy on the piano, and these other 4 people came up and they played a giant.
Yeah,
it's like I remember I had a girl show me that one time, and I was like, "Well, that's not." And here's the thing, I told her like, "Oh, that's fake, right?" Like you know, I know. She literally was like, "Why would you ruin that?"
What do you? Whoa! What?
Dude, she said
oh my
that.
God.
She said that to me.
God.
She was like,
"Put the veil back over my eyes."
Yeah, dude, Mike, exactly. It's like, let me live in the lie, and because it's like, well, then don't show them to me if you don't want my. Or do I just? Here's the thing: when I don't believe it, okay. So for horoscopes, for example, right?
Oh,
women love horoscopes, right? So my thing is, I'm not saying they're real. I'm not saying they're not real. I'm just, and if they give you good advice, right? I read them sometimes and I'm like, wow, that's good advice. Could be good advice for anybody, but good advice. But sometimes I'll be with a girl who knows I don't believe in it, right? But then I'll send me like the whole long thing of like, this is our breakdown. And it's like, I don't know how to respond and I want to be kind, but I don't believe it. It's just like, it would just be like, you know, a super religious person being like, you know, hey, in the scripture it says that, you know, and granted I can try to remove it from the scripture, but it's just, I've never really known how to respond to the horoscope people.
Well, I also just feel like sometimes that they make these horoscopes so vague sometimes, right? That it could just fit anybody's. And so then they're like, holy shit. Like you'll read it and it'll be like, you're going to have a great day today. And you're like, oh my God, I did. Wow, it knows me so well. No, toll.
and also they're really good at it.
Yeah,
they're
are.
really good at it. That's the thing. I
Yeah.
think Neil deGrasse Tyson did a thing in the seminar one time when he was like, "Raise your hand if you think this is you." He like said the things, and it was like everyone got it wrong. It's like this, like you can make it sound like whatever you want, you know?
Yeah,
but,
you could.
Um,
Also, man, dude, I hate when someone is like, "Oh, well, it's because you're an Aquarius moon." What the fuck does that mean?
that's what I'm saying.
What the fuck does that even mean? I'm like, oh, whoa, I'm sorry, I should have been born 3 hours earlier. Maybe I would have been an Aquarius sun instead.
And I'm not saying it's not true, right? Obviously, that the moon and where it's at, all this has effects on us. There's gravitational pull made up of water, right? It affects periods, allegedly.
Yeah.
The moon's affecting pussies on Earth. So maybe. I know. That's how I'm kind of.
It attracts bears.
Is it though? Is it actually though?
My thing is, there's billions of people, right? Like, it's like assuming like everyone who was born from March 1st to March 31st was like more considerate.
A certain way.
Get the fuck out
Pick
of here.
the way,
There's
right.
just so many different people.
Right.
Like, yeah,
You like Irish food more? No
A large
way.
number of people are going to gravitate to any amount of writing, no matter what you put on the page, because
Yes.
there's so many different fucking people.
Yes, and it's often something like you need to, there's a lot going on in your mind right now. You need to be grounded. You need to be grounded. You need to be grounded. There's lots of big decisions. Make sure you have clarity. And it's like, this is great advice. It just has nothing to do with you, But granted, it's like, if you, sometimes people have them books that it's like, Bible quote every day or every morning. If you're wondering why I have these glasses on, it's because I'm high as a kite right now. I'm high as giraffe pussy. The dentist, I have anxiety to go into the dentist.
No, I get
And I didn't know this, but you can get an
Gassed
anxiety
up?
pill.
Oh.
No, not a gassed up. So gas is one thing.
dude, I've been trying to get that.
well, listen, at my doctor, all you got to do is, this is hilarious. Hypothetically, I wouldn't actually do anything. But like a guy I know, he, someone who isn't me, he would go in there and make it like, well, also I do have a fear of it,
Yeah,
so
me
I
too.
genuinely do have a fear. But if you go to the dentist and you're like, I don't think I can go through with this. And they're like, go through with what? We have to do a cleaning. And you're like, I just don't know if I can do it. I think I might hyperventilate. So if you go to a certain dentist, they'll give you medicine to calm you down. And it's funny because I'm going for a cleaning. I had to set up 2 appointments. Cleaning, and then the second one's a cleaning and a filling, right? So he's like, sorry, so I'm going to give you 2 of these pills, one for the first one for the second one. I'm like, well, the second one's longer, right?
Yeah, I should.
I was like, can I get 2 for the second one? He's like, no, 1 for each. You can tell immediately, And someone I was talking to about it's like, dude, they never give me that for the dentist. And I was like, oh, I get it. I was like, when I'm going into a surgery, they'll put the IV in before you go back. They'll come back, hey, how you doing? I'm like, I'm freaking out. I don't think I can go back there. And like, before you even get back there, they'll shoot you up with something, dude. They'll hook you up. I mean, I got the junkie is in my blood is deep, bro. It's hilarious.
Like he's like, I can't go through that. They're like, sir, we're just trying to process your payment.
yeah.
I can't go through with this.
Yeah. This is the medical billing. I can't do it. I'm gonna need something. I really need something. I think I'm gonna die. I'm hyperventilating.
I literally have a deposit down to get my wisdom tooth removed from last December, and I still have not gone back to get them removed.
Well, why would you?
I'm
There's no
fucking
incentive.
terrified.
Yeah, it's gonna be terrible.
I was only doing it because I was okay. So this is
too
perfect.
wise?
This is perfect. I like to complain about insurance for a second. So I was getting
Shout out to
migraines.
Mangione.
Yeah, dude. I swear to God, I almost kissed a picture of him the other day. I swear to God. So I was getting these migraines like once a month for a year, and then it started becoming like a couple times a month.
Do you know why?
Well, I was going through all this crap. I thought it was sinus related because I was getting all this like pressure right here because I get like sinus pressure when the seasons change.
Are you pushing down a bunch of homosexual thoughts?
That's what it is.
That are like
Dude,
metastasizing.
I'm constantly fighting back BBC thoughts all day long. Nah, dude. So like, I was going through all this crap. I spent $1,200 with this fucking doctor on all these tests and shit.
Whoa, Hundy.
$1,200.
With medical insurance. A guy with medical
With
insurance.
yeah.
It's supposedly a good job.
Yeah.
That supposedly has great benefits.
Yeah. $1,200 out of pocket, 3 fucking visits. She couldn't figure it the fuck out.
You know how cheap an 80% gun is? A polymer?
Yeah, right. Well, she couldn't figure it out. So I was online doing research. I'm at home doing my own research, and I found out that people were complaining that their wisdom teeth were in for too long, and it caused migraines. I was like, bet. So I found a dentist that was like,
Because if you're getting bad migraines, sorry to cut you off, if you're getting bad migraines, you'll figure out anything.
Right.
You're like,
Dude,
what's going
anything.
on? Because, dude, migraines are horrific.
Dude, I didn't realize how bad they were until I was 32.
Until I got one, I thought everyone was pussy.
Yeah.
Every single person who's like, I got a migraine, I'm like, oh, your pussy hurts, dude. Shut the fuck up. And then I got ones that are so bad you can't open your eyes or you'll fucking puke. Yeah, don't get me started.
Just crazy shit. So I went through all this crap. So I find this
crap,
dentist, dude. Well, because I'm just so I'm not gonna say anything about the doctor's name. name, but I swear to God, I'm so irritated. I spent $1,200 with this woman. Anyways,
you ready to dox her?
yeah, dude, I'm like, oh. So
Don't
I
do
go to
that.
this dentist or whatever, and he's gonna take my wisdom teeth through, and so I go in. And he takes my blood pressure and he goes, Jesus Christ, man. He's like, do you know what your blood pressure is? I was like,
He
no.
says Jesus Christ is nuts.
Yeah.
Is that a good
And so he
start?
does it 5 times and then he pulls the reading out and shows it to me.
Hold on. He does it,
He measured my blood pressure 5 times.
and he doesn't tell you what it is.
Hold on.
before
No.
that.
Is
Dude,
this the squeezy arm thing?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah. Yeah.
5.
You did 5 squeezy arm
yeah.
things?
Yeah.
5 squeeze.
My shit falls asleep on one squeezy
Oh,
arm
not
dude.
thing,
just
which
that,
is probably
and
not
and
good.
not just
It's probably
that,
not
but
good.
how in your head are you?
Oh, I start
right?
panicking.
Where you had to listen, Mike, 4 squeezy arm thing. I'm going like,
Bro, by the 3rd one, I'm having like a fucking heart attack, dude. You know,
Yeah,
I'm getting all
what?
hot and I'm freaking the fuck out. He's not
Squeezy.
saying
by the
shit.
way, blood pressure rising just from this situation.
Yeah. And he's not saying a damn thing. So then he pulls the readings. Every single one of them were like 210, 220, over 110, over 120. Like,
I don't know if
Dude,
that's relative.
insane.
Is that bad?
so your blood pressure supposed to be 120 over 80.
Okay.
My shit was 220 over 110.
Okay, not good.
Like hypertension too. Like basically, he even said to me, he goes, "I'm surprised that you're not like you've never had a heart attack." And I was like, "No, I didn't even know anything was wrong, dude." Mind you, the 3 other visits to this doctor before that, she took my blood pressure every single time and didn't say a fucking word. Okay.
It must have been fine. You guys have a record
No,
of
it was not fine.
Really?
No, it was terrible.
Interesting.
It was so bad.
Why not say anything?
So I go in to see a different doctor. This is all under Johns Hopkins, by the way. So I go see a different doctor, and I'm like, hey, listen, I was trying to get my teeth pulled. They wouldn't do it. My blood pressure's too high. I bring my readings in. I took my blood pressure 3 times a day for a week, waiting for this appointment, right? So I bring my readings to the woman, and she looks at them and goes, holy shit. So immediately they put me on medication, right? And she's like, look, we're going to have to dial this in. It might take a little bit of time to figure out the right dosage, yada, 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 whatever. So within 6 weeks,
and what is it?
it's I take losartan for
Okay.
high blood pressure,
Okay.
and it's hydrochlorodeoxide or some
It's a
shit.
daily.
Yeah, dude, every day, every
Yeah.
single day. So I get on this shit. I haven't had a migraine since.
Really?
Yeah. So this is now since December 29th or December 30th or some shit like that. Right before New
Congrats.
Year's. Yeah. So I haven't had. So now here's where I want to get to talk about fucking insurance. So I get it all squared away. Not a big deal. She writes me a prescription for 90 days. Well, I go to the pharmacy. They only give me 30 days. I'm like, this is for 90. They're like, yeah, your insurance will only let us cover 30. I'm like, all right, not a big deal. Whatever. Cool. Get my pills. End of the month comes around. I'm like, hey, I need a refill. She's like, really? I gave you 90. I was like, yeah. I explained the situation, how Walgreens would only do 30. She's like, do you want to try a different pharmacy? I was like, it's right by my house, dude. Let's just keep it. All right, cool. So they refill it again. They refill it a 3rd time. On the 4th time, they're like, no, your insurance company
Bro.
said that you need to go through your pharmacy. I was like, who the fuck is my pharmacy?
CVS or Costco?
What are you talking about? Yeah.
That's what. I
Yeah.
just went through this.
So I didn't know that.
I'm off my daily medication for 4 days because that
Oh,
bullshit.
yeah, I'm going on 5.
Dude,
I
you
just
gotta
got
call
my
a
pills
doctor,
today.
the insurance company, and the pharmacy, and then they say, "Get this, you get it."
Oh, my God.
Exactly what you're talking about is what I
You
went
went
through
through
this
the same
month.
thing.
The exact thing for my ADHD medicine. And then I'm like, I did what you said. Then they go, "Yeah, we can do it, but just not here."
Yes.
My
God.
Dude, it's the ring around the rosy is crazy. They go, we've been filling it for you here, no problem. 30 quantity 30. You go, no problem. They go, hey, we need the 90. You go, all right, I'll call the doctor. And you take time out of your day,
Yep.
call the doctor. Say, hey, you need to write it for 90. Doctor's like, all right, fine, we'll get it sent over. They get it sent over. You got to call, make sure it's sent. You go in. They go, hey, it is for 90. You did that right,
Yep.
but we can't do that here.
Yep. Yep.
Dude,
Bro.
I'm
glad. I'm so glad that not that I'm glad that you went through this because it's awful.
No, but it's just funny.
But-
Verbatim.
Dude,
verbatim.
I-
Verbatim shit to CVS and Costco.
Dude, back and forth.
I'm like,
couldn't believe it.
Walgreens is right there. I don't.
Yes, exactly, dude.
Bro.
I was gonna say, and you've got the same situation. There's no
Bro.
CVS near here. Well, I guess.
But
you
there
gotta go down
are.
the road,
It's just frustrating because this is my pharmacy, and then
Yeah.
I'm doing all this, and I was off the pills for 4 days. Good thing it wasn't like make me not murder someone pill.
but- Right? Yeah.
You
Dude,
know what
imagine
I'm
that.
saying?
Imagine that. I literally had thoughts about that. I
Bro,
was like,
about murder.
no. Well, I literally 3 hours of back and forth bullshit, and I finally was like, I'm like, this is so crazy.
It's just nuts, man.
And I'm like, I'm willing to pay anything. I don't fucking care. I just need the shit because now that I'm on
Yeah,
day
you're ready to
5,
pay out of pocket.
like, yeah, dude, I was
At
paying
that
out of
point-
pocket this whole time apparently because they weren't billing the pharmacy. A 90-day supply through CVS is only $2. I was paying $25 a month for this fucking shit.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So this whole time I could have paid $8
Shout out
a
Martin
year
Shkreli.
for what a guy.
Shout out Martin Shkreli.
But dude, I swear to you, I was losing my cool, and I'm like, I was trying to be so nice to this lady, and I was like, listen, you don't understand how much back and forth bullshit You're telling me to go here, send this information here, call this person, blah, blah, blah. Luckily, my doctor's pretty flexible. She has no problem sending scripts to wherever.
You're lucky I'm not allowed to own a handgun, man.
Well, I am. But anyway, maybe I'm not. But anyways, I literally had moments in times where I was like, this is why that fucking guy got shot. Like, this type of shit right
You're not at the pharmacy saying this.
No.
Okay. I imagine
I was
Mike's
having
just like,
thoughts.
I'm not saying I would do it, but this is why that type of stuff happens.
Bro, I was like, it makes so much sense to me now. So then I said the irony in all this shit is I'm so riled the fuck up and I need my blood pressure medication. So my shit was sky high because I'm getting fired up on the phone with these people. But now I'm on day 5. It finally showed up at my house. They mailed it to me. Which, how is that funny? They can mail me a 90-day supply, but they can't fill it at the fucking pharmacy right there. What the shit? I didn't have to sign for nothing. It was just in my mailbox.
Wow.
That's one of the options. It all seems so antiquated. It's like they're not caught up. Like this should all just be.
It should be simple.
What are we talking about?
Shit, dude.
I should be able to look at my phone. It should scan my face and go. We'll send the medicine to you.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
It's like
Amazon has drones dropping all fucking.
And they always understand you. They're always like, "Oh, I understand you and I hear you."
Pick me. 2 questions. Did they have to do the 5 times for your blood pressure because they couldn't believe the results?
Yeah, dude.
That's
so
sketchy,
here's
bro.
what's crazy. Here's what's crazy about this too, right? Back in 2020, I got a allergy test done because my whole life I was told I was allergic to shellfish and to bee stings. Not allergic to either. I think my mom was just trying to save money on fucking dining out or some shit my whole life. Not allergic to either of them. So I found that out in the beginning of 2020. But when I went and had that done, the woman took my blood pressure and said, Jesus, you have really high blood pressure. And then she brought another machine in because she thought the machine was broken.
Bro.
Brought another machine in.
Such a bad look. You broke the machine. This couldn't be right.
Yeah, and then...
Like Chernobyl when they're reading the thing. This is breaking.
Dude. And then she leaves the room and brings other people in to verify because they're all like...
That's just got to feel crazy.
And even then, none of them said, hey, you should probably get this looked at. They were like, oh, that's crazy. So what are you here for? Like, they all just brushed it off. So... I'm just saying, a little awareness to all you. Get your blood pressure checked because they ain't telling you shit.
I'll say another thing. This is going to be just nerdy and off topic and not funny, but just for a second, ApoE4. You heard of this?
No.
So Dr. Rhonda Patrick, she's one of these doctors, like these YouTube people. She's been on all the podcasts. She's very highly respected, blah, blah, blah. There's a gene that some people have. It's called ApoE4. It's called ApoE4. But you can get tested for it in genetic testing, and 25% of the population has it, but the ones who do have it have like a 2 times higher chance of getting Alzheimer's. So you can ask to get it tested. I just went to my doctor and asked him today to get it tested, and he won't do it because you need to have like symptoms, but you can pay out of pocket. Also, 23andMe will do it. And I don't trust none of them, but that's what I told my doctor. I said I wanted to go to the doctor because I don't trust them, 23andMe and Ancestry.com, but that is genetic testing. They said LabCorp could do it too, $200-$300. And basically my doctor's like, would it help you if you knew? And it's like, well, if I knew I had the gene, I'd probably, I would be more strict about the things that aren't good for Alzheimer's, like drinking alcohol or whatever.
Yeah.
So, and it's not a guarantee that you'll get it. You're just much higher likely. So if anyone wants something new to freak out about, get your, and my grandmother has it, obviously, so it's like, I might as well go get checked, and if so, then maybe I'll have to just start being square,
Dude, I hate going to any doctor place because I instantly start convincing myself I have all these things, right? I've never had a symptom for any of them, but all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, I probably have this, I have that. At one point in time, I was convinced I had osteoporosis, which I think only women could get. Because I'm in this fucking doctor's office, and I start reading posters and shit. I'm like, oh my God, I probably have that. I have had an itch before.
Bro, I'm so neurotic. You know the joke back in the day when it was like, you can't Google what's wrong with you because it'll tell you you're dying? Yeah. So that's like a joke. But now with AI, I'm so neurotic and dark that I'll be like, hey, I'm feeling like this. What cancer could that be? Like, I'll prompt it, dude. I'll be like, my left ankle's been sore. What cancer could it be? It's like, it's probably not. I'm like, but if you had to pick one, I'm like cornering it to tell me how I'm going to die.
I mean, dude, if you're lucky, maybe you get one that they never heard of and you get to name it. Best case scenario.
If anything, I get a name of it.
Yeah, you're like,
You seen that New York City shooter?
Which one?
The guy, he was a football player. He ran up in the NFL office in Manhattan.
Hold on, I thought
the
NFL office was in Connecticut.
There's all kinds of offices, I think.
Oh,
but yeah,
they got a few of them. New York is a big hub for them.
There was BlackRock in this office too, but he had a suicide note in his back pocket talking about how the CTE from football fucked him up, and he drank a bunch of antifreeze. And
you got his name?
No.
You drink a bunch of
I got everything with name.
I just typed in NYC share Manhattan shooter.
All right.
If I typed in Manhattan shooter. Manhattan shooter.
He was drinking
It's
antifreeze
just yesterday or today, so it's very new.
Which is funny because well, it's not funny, but have you seen this big thing now with they're putting antifreeze in the fucking, I guess, the heroin? Have you seen all these people on North Avenue in Baltimore that are passing out and getting real sick?
I think that's just from the fentanyl.
Well, they said that it's they're finding antifreeze in the
Nice,
shit,
hell
and it's
yeah.
not killing them; it's just making them real sick.
Yeah, of course, dude.
Which I was like, really, what a genius
Dude,
statement that
something
is,
to
right?
shoot antifreeze is disgusting.
I mean,
That's
you want me to just
crazy.
read this? It's kind of a lot. A 3-page note was found in the wallet of a shooting suspect who opened fire in a Midtown Manhattan office building, killing 4 people, including an NYPD officer and himself.
And this is just today or yesterday.
It says a day ago.
Okay. Yeah.
Officials familiar with the investigation said those people said that overnight. The document may have insight into a potential motive for the attack. 27-year-old Shane, whatever the fuck, from Las Vegas.
Yeah, well, when I looked up the motive, it was basically like, yeah, y'all gave me CTE and no one gave a fuck. Look up this other guy. He said Terry Long. He mentioned some other football player who killed himself due to CTE. But it's just interesting. It's like he did it with his helmet on. He ran through.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding. He just bludgeoning people
Just
to death.
Antonio Browned it, fucking in
Yeah.
there with a helmet on. Dude, well, what's crazy is you said 27?
Yeah, 27 years old.
So he must not, not to downplay the guy, but he must not have been that great of an NFL player because usually he'd still be in the NFL at 27.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
don't even think he made it to NFL. I don't even think he made it. I don't
really?
even think he made it all the way there.
Well, then what's
To
he
be
mad at
fair,
them for?
The average career lifespan, I think, is like 3 years.
Well, it depends.
So-
A running back is like 6
Lifespan
years.
That's a good
A
point.
quarterback is around for fucking ever. God damn.
But most of them never make it. You only
That's
have
true.
like 16, 15, you know what I mean? Like most teams.
It's
like,
a small window, dude.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
your 20s. You
It's
better
crazy.
fucking make a name for yourself. You better make a mark on the history books in your 20s. Otherwise, I highly doubt it's
I
happening.
respect the fuck out of it,
Oh,
but
I
it's
do.
like such a crazy thing to throw your entire life into. You know? 'Cause
It is, and
just
it's hard, man.
Statistically,
Like,
it's crazy.
It's like, but like, so like we're throwing our life into like TikTok and like it decides whether or not we're gonna like make it or not.
Yeah.
But like, imagine if our bodies were tied to that
Mm.
kind of, you know what I mean? Like,
No.
oh shit,
No way.
oh shit.
No way.
maybe that could be your angle, though. Maybe you should just like lure people over and just beat the shit out of them. Be like, hey, you want to be on a podcast? You just
Or
fucking
we could
trouble.
we could get the shit kicked out of us every
That'd be
time.
kinda
That would be
good.
because like that's probably what's more
Yeah, more accurate.
Maybe.
for me. I don't
For
know.
us,
I
yeah.
think I could win a lot of fights, but I'm gonna lose a lot of fights.
Well, I guess
too.
it depends.
I
If
don't
you
know
get to
fight.
pick who you're fighting, I think you could probably, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Do you see Joe DeRosa's new special?
I've watched part of it. Dude,
The one funny
dude.
part is
go ahead.
the one funny part when you just talked about like it depends on who we're picking to fight. When he talked about it, is like if spitting wasn't assault, I'd be spitting on people. And he's like, he goes, listen, if spitting wasn't assault, I'd be spitting on 7 to 8 people a day. And he goes, and then running. And he's like, what did he say? He goes, and look, I'm not. He said something. He's like, actually, I'm running because something. He's like, but he's like, I'm actually not going to have to run because the only people I'm going to spit on are going to be children and people that are much smaller than me, so I don't have to worry about getting beat up.
That's kind of amazing.
It's
in
pretty
some kind
funny.
of way.
Dude, he has a lot of good analogies too. Did you see the part where he's talking about how protesting is like honking your horn in traffic? Oh my god.
You're going to annoy
Bro.
everyone.
Yeah, all you're doing is making a bunch of noise, annoying more people, and nothing changes.
Nothing's happening.
And it's so perfect, dude. Because like, look, I've been guilty of it. I laid on my horn the other day
Sure.
on a guy, and then I realized I'm like, what am I doing? We're not going anywhere. This is so stupid. Now I just look like an asshole.
You know
Like,
Dante Nero?
I don't think so.
He's the bigger guy. He used to be a stripper. He actually was.
Whoa.
He used to be a stripper at the escort in Diddy's trial. He's the one who got him up
Oh.
on Big J's thing.
Oh yeah. I know who you're talking about. Okay.
Dante Nero. So he has this joke I seen because I've invited him on the podcast. We're talking about. I don't know if he's gonna come or not, but he he has this joke. I thought it was so funny. He's like, yeah, because he was a bouncer his whole life, you know, into shit, yada yada, yada, New York street
Yeah.
life, whatever. He was like. I was laying with this girl one time, and she's like, "Oh, I love that you got these stab wounds." And he's like, "Why you love that?" She's like, "I don't know. It just makes me feel like you're so tough." And he goes, "I don't think you know how stabbing works." He goes, "That motherfucker was tough." I got stabbed, bro. I was laughing about that for a minute.
That is kind of funny.
Celesti's coming on too.
Nice, dude. That's what's up.
Thank you. Thank
Damn,
you
man.
for that.
Yeah,
the
Dom's a shit, dude.
recommendation.
He's a good time, man. He's a good hang. Like, I think you guys will have a great podcast. For sure.
Yeah, he
He's a good
seems
dude.
fun. He seems fun and funny. Have you heard of Andy Elliott, the motivational speaker? Have either one of you heard this
No.
guy?
No.
He's
Cool
this-
name though.
He's this guy who gets people up. He gets people up on stage at his seminars, and he'll just be like, "Dude,
Rip 'em.
take your shirt off."
Oh, dude, I saw so
Dude,
Tires
it's so
mimics
funny.
that guy. They make fun of that guy
I
in
bet.
Tires.
I
yeah,
bet.
yeah.
I bet.
Okay, because I was
It's
wondering.
so funny. These motivational speakers have gotten out of control, dude.
They
Which
have.
episode? I've been watching Tires.
So there's I think it's like in the second season. I think it's like episode 7.
Have
But
you
they
been
do a
enjoying
guy.
it?
So yeah, this is okay. I've rewatched
I was gonna say I got my
it.
thoughts on it too.
The second season they did figure it out.
Yeah, they
right.
upped it.
I've been. So I used to watch. I watch Always Sunny right before I go to work in the morning. It's just
Good
give me
show.
a half hour to So I switched to Tires for a little while. The first season still is clunky as fuck.
Mhm.
It's just the main kid who's just oh fuck my cunt. It's just not. It's it'd be like if you and I wrote a comedy, and honestly I think we would do better. Honestly, and I don't know who wrote it, but yeah. So the second season, they figured it out, and it's all the. But I like the characters though from the first season. I still
Yeah.
liked them.
So that's what I was gonna say. I struggled with the first. I watched the whole first season, and I found it to be funny. But I
Good,
just thought
yeah.
there's no real plot. This is kind
And
of
for what they are and how funny
Yeah.
they are, it's just
It was a little
and
bit
honestly fuck a
surprising.
plot because of how funny they are.
Right.
But it's like you said, it's clunky, like you said,
Yeah.
and it wasn't as funny as it could have been.
right. And I think they did a better job with the second season.
I agree.
So-
That's my take.
100%.
but it definitely for a second there I was kind of man, because I kind of. And it's my own fault, just because you think of Shane Gillis, you think of McKeever, you think of all these guys that are in it, you think of Matt McCusker, and
You're
and you
setting
think,
the
so you
bar
have this
high.
Top
bar up
level,
here.
Yeah,
You're setting the bar
dude,
really
That's
high.
what I thought too.
And I think the thing is too, I guess also too another thing is you don't see too many. I don't really know any sitcoms that took place in an automotive shop, so that's a new dynamic. You got all these other
Titus?
sitcoms that, which I guess Titus did take, but right, he was a hot rod
But
shop.
he's the only one.
You're right,
He's
but
the
they did a
only
lot of
one.
scenes at home and shit too, though. This
you
almost
watch
takes place
Titus?
entirely, it seems, at the tire shop, or if they're
It's
not
a great
there,
spot.
almost
It's such a great spot though for
Yeah,
that
it's
show
different.
Oh, yeah.
because of the comedy.
Yeah.
It's tire shop comedy,
Blue.
right?
Oh,
it's
dude,
blockers.
it is.
Blue, yeah.
And he tossed me those zins. By the way, shout out. This,
That was terrible.
I coulda got it. This episode is brought to you by this is a paid advertisement, but they make us say it on YouTube. Wintergreen Zin 6 milligram. They say that if you 6 milligram for the adults, the kids are for the three. I think 3 milligrams and under, the kids can do them. They say no more than 2 a day. Start your morning the right way, basically, and get off the vapes.
If they're out of the 3s, just cut these in half. Your kids will be fine.
Is
Yeah,
that
if you- if
really a 6 though?
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
See,
'cause
I've
you
never
don't do
tried them.
No, I do.
I've
I'll
never tried them because I'm so
Switch.
concerned
Oh, yeah.
about getting addicted to them, because I
Oh, you
smoked
will.
cigarettes for 16
You'll
years,
get addicted.
dude. And I'm
Stay away
I
from
don't
it.
know, man. But dude, I'll tell you right now, I've been fighting for probably the past 3 years. I've had no cravings. In the past 3 months, I've had so many cigarette cravings,
cigarettes?
dude.
Dude, not
Crazy.
ciggies.
Like crazy, and I don't know what it is. All of a sudden, it was the summer, something about it, man. Just all of a sudden, it hit me, and it hasn't bothered me in years. And this past summer, dude,
That's
I've
so
struggled
interesting,
hard.
dude.
I don't know what it
Cigarettes,
is.
they smell worse than ever now because you
Nah,
don't smell
they're
them
all-
often.
dude, they're so
Dude, I was
bad.
at the gym one time. Someone walked by after smoking a cigarette. I was just offended.
Jesus
I got
Christ,
mad.
yeah, it's
and
a
then
rough
also,
smell.
if I see a
Oh,
bad
sorry.
bitch and then I see her smoking a cigarette, I'm like, I'll fuck you, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be super stoked
I ain't
about
kissing you.
yeah, yeah.
Dude,
It's just,
man, that's funny as hell. I had a friend one time hook up with a
no,
girl
you didn't.
that was yeah, I don't have any friends. I don't know any girls. No,
All this whole story's bullshit.
Everything is a lie. I wrote this on the way over here, but no, he hooked up with this girl and he couldn't stand cigarette smokes, and she kept trying to kiss him, and he was like, I didn't know what to say, I didn't know what to do, and so finally I just told her, I was like, I don't kiss anybody unless I'm in a relationship. And this girl just continued to let him fuck her, which I thought was kind of wild. I'm like,
Bro, yeah,
I feel
that's
like it's
the
a little
gayest shit you can
offensive,
say
like-
too. Also, there's Shane Gillis joke. There's nothing gayer than open mouth kissing a girl. It's like a joke. So to be like, I have more standards where I can't
Yeah.
kiss you unless I'm in a relationship. That's the gayest shit you can say.
I only kiss my friends, my male friends.
Yeah, when bros are broing out.
Yeah. It's funny.
We seen the people in Coldplay cheating, right? You got to see that. That was
Dude, he's trying
fun.
to sue him.
Who's trying to sue who?
Oh, my
The
God.
CEO guy, the astronomer dude.
You kidding me?
He's trying to sue them, which, first of all, 2 things. Number 1,
He's trying to sue Coldplay?
yes. Why would you try to sue Coldplay? They weren't manning the camera.
Let me ask.
That's number 1. Number 2, have you ever read the disclaimer of a ticket to a show at a venue? Dog, they could use your face on anything if they wanted to.
I think they can have your firstborn child if you
They
read the
could
fine
do,
print.
yeah, dude. So he's not going to get anywhere. And also, his apology letter was so bad. I feel bad for his wife. That his apology letter, in summary, was basically like, "Hey, fuck you guys for not letting me cheat. Why did you invade my privacy? There was no like, I'm sorry to my wife. I'm sorry to my
He's
family.
like, this should have been a quiet, private moment.
And then he
it's like,
quoted Coldplay in the fucking apology.
well, and the thing is, it's like, look, I get your idea that you'd like, this is my private life, but you went somewhere that could be cameras, right? And it's not like they picked you. It's just like, yeah, it's.
The hiding behind the glass was my favorite part. Did you see him hide behind the glass?
Nah, when he dipped off.
Dude, he's on a balcony that's all glass.
No,
and he
that's
gets
amazing.
low as if he's going to hide. It's fucking glass,
They
you
couldn't
idiot.
have looked guiltier, too. They could have played that off and not been a thing,
Easily, dude, easily.
So
They
I
just
love. Okay, I'm sorry.
I think if they didn't freak out, I think if they would just owned
That's what
it,
I'm saying.
no one
No
would
one would
even
have
have
thought
batted
twice
an
about
eye.
it, bro.
No one
Unless
would have
his
batted
wife
an
or her husband were there at that show,
Yeah.
no one would have known.
She knows the cameraman. She like,
Bro,
paid
listen
him.
to this. Listen to this. My very first time I kissed a girl, not ever. I was talking to this girl. I was dating. So I was dating, I didn't have a girlfriend, right? So I was kind of seeing two people, right? But none of them were my boyfriend. I was none of their boyfriends, okay? So look, there's an Orioles game. We go to this Orioles game. Apparently it must have been like a cheaper game or one of the ones where they're giving something out. One of those ones where a lot of people go.
Yeah.
So I'm talking to this girl. We might have to bleep out these names. Did I say any names?
You didn't say any names.
Okay, cool. So I was talking to girl A and I'm talking to girl B a little bit. We went on a couple dates each, nothing serious, right? Well, I'm going to this Orioles game with girl B, right? I've never even kissed this girl. We go to this Orioles game. It's me, her, and a few other people. We get on kiss cam. So my very first kiss with this girl is on a Jumbotron at the Orioles Stadium, right? Najee is with the other girl
Oh shit.
as a friend. And he's like, bro,
And they're
we're
at the
here
stadium?
at the game.
Oh no.
At the game, and she just saw you up there kissing that girl, and I was just like, this is like something out of a literal sitcom,
Yeah, dude,
like
that's-
literal sitcom. It was also pretty romantic.
That
Our
really
first
is.
kiss was a Jumbotron because
Actually, that's kind of hot. I'm
we
not
ended
gonna lie
up
to you.
buying this house together. To tell you the truth, before things went sour, and I had to kill her.
That's actually no lie, dude. For your first kiss, that's actually kind of hot.
It was very cool.
It's also kind of shitty because it's like now you've got like all like that's the thing that sucks about those gray areas like that where you're not fully committed to anybody, but now you've got
Yeah.
problems here and there, and it's like
yeah,
that type of stuff can get frustrating. But I think it's kind of I don't know.
it was funny.
That's kind of cool. It's a cool
It
story.
was cool. It was funny, and it was like just my luck. It was like,
Yeah.
of course, of course, you'd be at this game, and it's not like it was, But
I had a similar thing happen to me the first time I kissed a guy.
you got a Jumbotron?
Nah, it was
No,
just
but he
five
did
of
have a
us.
projector screen going.
Yeah, he filmed it and sent it off. To
Yeah,
the
well, that's the thing. It's like about me. It's like I'm non-monogamous, right?
yeah.
And so most people know that about me.
Yeah.
People who know me.
But I also feel like you're very open and honest about that type of
About
stuff.
that,
Yeah.
of course, I don't lie. That's the thing. I don't portray.
Yeah.
This was years and years and years ago. But also, I wasn't. But yeah, I'm super open. Anyone who actually knows me knows that.
Yeah.
So it's just funny because there's this like Facebook group. The Are We Dating the Same Guy? All this
Yeah,
T apps and stuff.
dude, and those people that they post on there are the ugliest fucking people I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, how is this guy getting multiple pussies? Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, they're good at manipulation. But they'll post me on there, and then my buddy, like, first of all, anytime I'm posted on there, girls, they can get kicked out for it. So I won't say who, right? I never give up my sources, by the way, ever. Whether it's that or something else, I don't give up the source. But yeah, people will be like, hey, you're on this. I go, look, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's not anyone who knows me. Anyone who knows me wouldn't go there.
Right, exactly.
They either know or they would come to me. They're just trying to do whatever, and I can't. They're screaming into the void. It's like I know what's going on with me, and people who know me and love me know.
Exactly. And to your point too, like I think people that are dishonest and people that aren't putting that information out there are going to be concerned. You weren't concerned because you're like, look, I live a life. I'm open about it.
Yeah,
Like,
and I'm not moving crazy.
Yeah, and also the fact that whoever put you on there clearly doesn't know you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
that shit's so stupid, dude. And the thing that sucks about that type of crap is people could easily take something and just like they could have took that photo of you and put it in a different group that's like, this guy's a fucking serial pedophile.
100%.
And then people are like, where's he at? We gotta
100%.
find him. And then someone puts your fucking address up, and this is all a
and you can-
misunderstanding
and you
or
can do it
something. Like,
anonymously, right? They
Yeah,
can post
dude.
my address. They can
Dude.
post all this. It's terrible.
the anonymous shit is crazy.
It's
If
crazy.
you're gonna have the balls to do that, just you might as well put your name out there.
Because whenever you're getting any information, check the source, right?
Yeah.
And if you can't check the source, and here's what else is messed up. Let's say I've been posted in that website, right? And they go, "Hey, let me get the tea on this guy." And the answers are legitimately, because sometimes people just send me the screenshots. A lot of the answers are like, "Yeah, he's a great dude. Like I don't,
Yeah, dude.
like, cool guy. He's got a podcast. You talk to him. It seems very great. Whatever." So. But here's what's weird. If it happens to me, if it happened to me 5 times, let's just say hypothetically, it happens to this person 5 times or whatever. I'm just making numbers up.
Right, I
But-
got you.
And then that person's going to talk to 3 years later, looks up their name on there, and they go, oh, there's these 5 posts. it don't even really matter what they say at that point.
Right.
Where there's smoke, there's fire, you know? But here's what I'll say. If you have to go to the site, Are We Dating the Same Guy, to check on your man, you're busted, bitch. You're broken and busted. I'm not, listen, and that's the thing. None of the people I'm talking to intimately or romantically involved with would ever be on that site.
Right.
Unless they're just, if you're watching it to get some tea or shit, I can get how it's fun.
Right.
But if they're genuinely trying to gather information, it's like what I say. If you hire a private investigator for your partner, break up with them.
Exactly.
Even if they're not guilty, you
Exactly.
gotta go.
I was getting ready to get to that, right? Because I've noticed this with women. This shit happens so much. I've heard so many stories about a woman will find out a dude did her dirty or whatever, cheated on her, yada, yada, yada. This is a specific one, and I'm not going to say the girl's name, but I remember this girl.
Say it.
I'm not saying
No,
her
I'm
name.
just kidding.
I remember this girl telling me, like, yeah, I found out he was cheating on me, so I went home, and this was when PlayStation 4 was still bigger than
Shout out
PS5.
PS4.
PS4, what's up? And she's like, yeah, I did a little Mexican tap dance all over his little PS4. He ain't playing games no more. And I'm like, but you're still with the guy. He cheated on you. You found out. And instead of breaking up with him, you just broke his
smashed some
PlayStation,
material
which you
thing.
bought, by the way.
That's
She
just
fucking
crazy.
bought, by the way. So you could have easily got your money back. Instead, so stuff like that happens, and I never understand it because it's like, my thing is this: like, if that's gonna happen to me, like, I'm not gonna deal with it. Fuck you
Bro,
guys. See
any
you
of
later.
the shit
And there's no
online-
sense of me breaking your shit. What is that gonna do
Dude,
for anybody?
The messy relationship shit online, people are like, why don't you ever post, either people think I don't date, right? Or I don't post my girl or my girls or whatever the thing is. It's like, why would I?
Yeah.
Why the fuck? I'm not doing that for y'all.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like,
That's the problem with social media. Everybody thinks that
I
everyone
know.
wants
If it's
to
not on
spend-
social media, it's like people think I'm just something like in a lonely castle and don't have nobody. It's like, I don't care what people think, and I'm not here to do anything for y'all. I'm not trying to put all that out there.
Yeah.
It's not for everybody.
Two things I've always loved about you. Two things. The first one, you've always been authentically you. You've always just been upfront about everything. What you're thinking, what you're feeling, intentions, all that stuff. You've always been very authentic. A lot of people struggle with that shit. You know
Well,
what I
I
mean?
struggle with it. It's a practice.
But see, you
I've
it
gotten
doesn't
better
come
at it.
off like that.
Well, I
I mean,
appreciate that.
because
I've gotten better at
I
it.
literally, like, some of the early conversations I've ever had with you back in like 2019, I think is when we first met. Like, I just remember you, like, I told you this before, like, you made me start to realize, like, I need to own my shit more. Like, I used to be very embarrassed about my anxiety and struggling with depression and things like that.
And as a guy, it's tough.
Yeah, it is. It's very
Yeah.
tough. But when I talked with you, I remember being like, oh my God. Like, and I'm going to tell you right now, since I've embraced it and been open about it, I've become so much better with it.
Oh my gosh.
Like, it's like a weight has been
A
lifted.
literal
Because
weight.
I no longer allow it to embarrass me or hold me back or whatever I'm feeling about it. So I love that you've always been authentically you.
Yeah.
The other thing I love about it,
I
actually
appreciate that. Thank you, by the way.
which I actually forgot what the other thing was going to be while talking
All right,
about
fuck it.
that.
Well, hey, I'll take the first one. The first one's good.
But did you want this?
Yeah, and the thing is, it's like, I think that men do need an outlet for that. They do need somewhere where they can talk about it. And half the time when you go to something like that, it's just gay or woo woo or like corny.
Yeah,
it's like,
you get clowned for it.
Yeah.
And I get that, like, dude, I totally I get the stigma and all that good stuff, and but at the same time, like, I just think it's funny because the people that are usually doing the clowning are also the same people that could really benefit from that type of shit.
Yeah.
Like, if they just got their stuff out or at least own their own stuff, they wouldn't be the way they are. I feel like especially with bully mentality or people that are always looking to make fun of somebody else, I just feel like secretly you're just suppressing all your own shit because you're like, I'm gonna make fun of this guy because I don't want to deal with my own problems,
Well,
my
yeah.
own emotions,
Yeah, that's what it
my
is.
own thoughts. And
Yeah.
sometimes you're making fun of the person for the same thing you are. And I just remembered what it was finally. The thing I like about you, the second thing I like about you, is the fact that you understand how non-serious social media is. That shit is a joke. So
Yeah.
you don't live your life on social media. You don't put your life on social media. And I
No.
appreciate that and respect that about you because there's so many people that, like, again, I'm not going to say any names, but there's people that we both know that are just every second of the day, they're posting photos of every little thing they're doing, every little, and it's like,
yeah.
get over yourself,
Yeah,
dog.
if you can't do it, look, and I like pictures for remembering stuff. And here's the thing about
yeah, pictures are fine, but I don't need to know that you went to this donut shop over here, and now you're gonna go over here, and now I got to go to the gym and work out because I ate all these donuts. I don't fucking care, bro. Like,
Yeah.
that is not authentic. Now, if you want to show me photos of your family vacation, or hey, I went to this fucking,
Yeah.
I climbed this mountain I've never been to, or hey, here's some shit that
Right.
I've never eaten
Right.
before. I'm fine with that type
Yeah,
of stuff,
yeah.
whatever. But the people that get like obsessively like, I gotta post, I gotta let you know play by play of my day.
no,
That's crazy.
I'm trying to do it in real IRL,
Yeah, that's
And
you though. You just go and do it.
Well, yeah, and the authenticity thing too. Sometimes I catch myself on here like giving advice, but I'm not trying to. And when I get on myself about it, it's like, Najee, what did Najee say? You're confidently lost. He's like, you're loudly and confidently lost in a way that people believe it because you're going, I don't know what I'm doing. He's like, you're not speaking from a pedestal because I don't feel like I'm on one.
No.
I have no clue what I'm
I don't
doing.
feel like you've ever spoken.
Okay,
like
good. Because sometimes I feel like it comes off as preachy or like I know anything.
No, I don't
Sometimes
think so.
I'll use the word spiritual journey and want to fucking put a gun in my mouth. But you know, I appreciate those compliments. It's easy to, I'm gonna have to start a men's group or something. I gotta do something.
I think you could. Honestly, dude, like, I know you would never want to probably, like, and this is not, you're a good leader. I think that you have a very, very,
Starting that cold, baby.
You know, I don't know about that type of leader.
I kept it like this. I didn't put the hand out.
Yeah. Well, I see this flag you got here now.
That's Mike's flag.
Skateboard.
Signed by Hitler himself.
But I feel like you're a really good leader. I feel like, for one, you're authentic. You're not the type of person that's going to bullshit people or lead people astray. You're just going to be like, look, here it is. Here's what I think. I don't know. Blah, blah, blah.
I think I don't try to lead.
Right.
That's what makes a good leader.
But that's what I think makes a good leader.
Right.
You're the type of guy, like, when if you were to lead, you're the type of guy where you would feel like you're on the same level. I can't stand when you meet someone who's either in management or leadership and they put themselves here and put you here. That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard
We're all
in
just
my life.
people trying to figure this thing out.
Exactly. But see, I really think you would be like an amazing leader. You know what I mean? I really
wish
do. I'm not going to join your cult or nothing of that shit. But,
no.
I'm starting my own.
And I agree with that. Yeah, I do wish I could maybe stand in that more. It feels phony to lead because of how much I know I don't have it together. But I guess I would do it in the way of, I try to lead by example or do things in my life and then tell people about it.
Right, but you're also the first person to be upfront about, like, look, I don't have it together.
Oh, yeah. Or if I go to something and it sucks, I'm not one of these people who, like, I'm going to go on this 10-day silent retreat I've been wanting to go on.
I know you've been telling me about that.
And so, like, if I go to that and it sucks, y'all know. Then I'll tell you the truth. This is my experience, you know?
Yeah.
That's one thing about me is you're going to hear the truth, you know?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the thing. Like, I really feel like what you're saying is just generally how you feel. There's no BS. There's no, like, smoke and mirrors. There's no, like,
probably some.
There's no layers to try to figure out. I just feel like you're very direct too. I like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And luckily I have comedy, you know, to use that because some people, it can come off as rude, you know, so delivery is important.
Right.
So it's like one thing I'll do instead of really just combating people is I'll ask questions. And sometimes a really powerful tool is to be like, if someone says something, rather than going, hey, that's dumb, you go, so you're saying that, and then you have to say it again. And then they have to sit with that.
You've done that to me before.
Well, I do it to people all the time. I do it to myself.
Damn, son. I'm going to stop paying my therapist. I'll just come talk to you.
Yeah, well, that's my thing is I've just done enough therapy that I'm just doing that for other people at this point.
Yeah.
You ever been injured during sex? Have I asked you that before?
Have I ever been injured during sex? I'm trying to think, man. I don't think I have. I've definitely, like...
Because the rape whistle, it don't hurt your ears or anything, does it?
No, I put earplugs in. Nah, dude. No, not that I'm aware of, man. I've been in some weird situations, that's for damn sure, but not that I'm aware of. So.
No, have you ever been injured?
No, I don't think so.
I think that's a more common answer, yeah.
I mean, like, after the fact, like, balls, I guess, maybe from slapping against. It's like, oh, shit, like, hard to walk.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Let me sidestep.
Dennis Rodman has broken his dick 3 times during sex.
Broken?
Yeah, he swears up and down he's broken his dick 3 times. He has a documentary about it. It's like, it's not long. It's only 15 minutes.
That's
it's
why
only
he keeps
15
going to North
minutes.
Korea?
It's no. This is before he went there. It's 15 minutes of him talking about all 3 times that he broke his dick, and then they animate it in cartoon form.
No way.
Funny.
Did you see it? How did he break him? Did he pull it out and just smash?
Well, he's talking about the girl getting on top of him, and I guess coming down at a funny angle, and it
came
bent,
out, and,
which I'm guessing it's a massive cock. I would imagine. Like,
I mean, if you had to guess.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, if I fold mine in half, it's like a pamphlet, dog. Ain't
you can fold yours.
Looks like a Jehovah's Witness, dog. Only hard.
Yeah,
well, I guess not. That doesn't make any sense.
Impressive.
But yeah.
How do you guys feel about how do you feel about your woman dress if you're in a relationship, right? The woman you're with dressing provocatively. I've seen a lot of videos online recently where look, like I very recently saw one. It was actually about Kanye and his girl, right? And it was like, so it's popular, you know, she wears very sexual, you know.
Yeah, but she was almost completely naked.
Yeah, okay, so that's an extreme case. So we can talk about the different cases, but basically this guy was saying on this podcast, he's like, if you and your girl come out like that ain't your girl, that's our girl. And it's like, so Mike C, I'm curious.
So, like, what? She needs to dress like a teacher?
Well, no, exactly.
You know
but
what I mean?
here's
Personally, I would be offended if you dressed like a teacher. It's
right.
just like, if you're young, if you're in your 20s or 30s, it's like, you're the youngest you're ever going to be for the rest of your life, right? So, like, just, like, flaunt what you have while you have it.
So you don't mind at all?
No, not at all. No, not at all.
Okay.
Like, because at the end of the day, like, it's up to her if she wants to, like, come home to me. Like, she can flaunt whatever she wants all day.
Right.
Like, what does that even mean?
Well, so hold on. So I'll respond to that. What about you?
I guess I'm a little bit like, okay, I guess it depends on the scenario. Because here's the thing, right? I have a little bit of trust issues. I've been cheated on before,
I've got
and
trust
I've
issues
been
too,
fucked
but,
over and stuff. So I'm a little bit different about it. But my thing is this. I don't mind that type of stuff if you want to dress like that. That's fine. As long as I know that you are going to turn down any kind of behavior that comes your way.
So it falls
I'm
back
even
into
cool
your
with
trust.
going to somewhere with you, and we disperse, and you do your own thing, and I'm over here doing my own thing, and then we just go, at the end of the night, go back home together, whatever. That's fine. But I need to know for sure that you're not going to entertain any bullshit. You're not going to entertain some guy throwing himself your way. And, like, you know what I mean?
So
like,
it falls back into your trust in your partner.
basically.
Which I agree with, too.
If you have good trust, cool.
Right.
So I would tell you to tell all of your attractive friends who don't know her, hit on her. You know?
None of my friends are attractive.
I'm
just kidding. I actually
you can
have a lot
hire
of-
them. You can hire some people. They
I have
don't
a
have
lot
to
of
be your friend,
attractive
you know what I'm
friends.
saying? They don't have to be your friend.
Paul's a hot dude.
But that's what I would say. I've said this on this podcast. Like, try to get with my girlfriend.
Oh, he said he's trying
Try
to set
to
him
get
up.
with my girlfriend.
Oh,
Because at the end of the day,
What's her name?
I have no
How do you
idea.
feel about that, though?
But it's like you're giving me the out. You're helping me out. Because if you
I
get
guess
in,
that's true. I guess
you
that's
get
true right
in,
now. You know for sure,
I'm
right?
not-
No, but I'm
This
saying,
is not the
how do you-
person.
How do you feel?
Solidifies
How do
it.
you feel as the girl? Do you think it's okay to trick the girl like that?
it's not a trick.
It is.
I'm letting you be you. I'm not tricking
I
anyone.
guess-
You're tricking her by telling the guy to hit
We're
on her.
in a relationship.
Yeah. And
Okay.
Then you're telling the guy to hit on her.
And you're saying if she says it's okay, it's because of his magic? What are
No,
you saying?
no,
What
no,
are
no.
you saying?
No.
I get where you're. I get where you're saying.
I don't know
I'm
what
saying,
he's saying.
I'm
He's
saying
saying-
you're
he's
setting
saying-
her up a little.
Yeah, you were just saying.
I mean, but
you
we're
just
all
said,
setting everyone up.
Where? How?
Well, like we're all waiting for someone to do a thing that we don't agree with, so we can be like, "Oh yeah, okay, I was right all along." Like, let me get out.
You're just saying speed
That's-
up that process.
That's what everyone is doing. We're all waiting for the thing that they don't want to see, so we're out.
Interesting.
We're not waiting for the things we like. That's not what we're doing.
That's true. I
We're-
actually live for everybody's downfall. If I'm being
That's what
real.
we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're waiting to see what you do that we don't like, and we're gonna hold that against you. We're not gonna see what you do that we like, and like we don't even look at that.
What?
That's how life works, dog. I'm just telling you, dude. Like as soon as you do one thing wrong, everything that you've ever done that was good, negated.
Yeah, well, I've definitely felt that before.
Not
Don't get me
cool,
wrong.
not
I felt
fair,
that before
not
because
fair.
I don't
Doesn't matter what
mean to
you've done.
just use relationships as an example, but I've been in relationships with somebody where I've given them every fucking thing, and then the smallest thing happens, and then they like all that goes out the window now, and now I'm a piece of shit, and I'm like, okay, I made one mistake, but you want to forget
I guess
all
my
these
Fair,
question-
though,
other
they
things.
were
like-
holding that all along.
But at the same time,
Right.
I guess also at the same time, it's not fair for me as a person to immediately default to, but look at all the good I did, because then that's kind of like, well,
Well, so my thing is,
You know.
so valid, but to go back to this, because it's interesting to me. I see what your point is, and I'm playing devil's advocate here, because it's like, if you trust them, right? Like, so here's the thing. I trust you, Mike, right?
all we can do is trust each other.
I know, but here's my thing. It's like, if I leave my wallet out and it has money in it, right?
Sure.
And I'm
You can test me like that.
But I get what you're saying.
That's up to you.
I know. I get what you're saying. I know that I can test you, and I know that you wouldn't fail the test. My point is,
I don't know that.
I do.
Depends on the day.
I wouldn't feel the need to test you because of my trust in you. So I guess like to me, it's a little bit of like, hey, I don't trust you, so I'm going to test you. You know,
Bro.
in their mind, it might feel like
But
that.
at the
But I
end
get
of
what
the
you're
day,
saying. If you're about to marry the person,
We're talking about like two human beings to come together in life. And then again, yeah, especially if we're talking about that, like
sound off in the comments.
you're almost
Hold on.
dumb not to test your partner.
Sound
what the
off
fuck
in the
are we
comments,
doing?
right?
I don't
Because
want
like
to
you
test
said,
anybody.
Like I
I'm not
get it,
testing anybody,
It's
dude.
Why?
it's not
Because
cool
like he
to a
said, why
point,
wait on it?
But like, what are we
I
doing?
Why
guess that's
wait?
true.
So
I don't
Mike,
know.
You are
You guys
going to
make
be,
both make good
we
points.
had
I know,
this
that's what I'm saying. They are both
We had
good.
this conversation before the podcast. You are who you are really when no one's looking. That's
That's
the
true.
real you.
Yeah, we were talking about that before you walked in.
I
So,
agree.
if you're going to cheat on your partner that you had, like whatever the fuck your agreement you had with your partner, it doesn't even matter. They asked you out, and you said yes. Whatever.
Well, it does matter.
Even if
because
it's
that wouldn't be
something
part of the
small
test.
as that,
If
like,
the
whatever,
agreement
cool.
was you can fuck
But
who
at
you
the end
want,
of the
then it
day,
wouldn't
like,
matter. Yeah.
I don't like. I understand why people would be upset with the idea.
But
of
I
testing
understand
people,
why you would do it.
But
I
the
get
people
it.
that are mad about the idea of it are the people that will fucking fail the fucking test, and that's why they're like, oh well, why would you even bring it up? Because it's just like, it's the
Interesting.
same person that is fucking guilty, and the cop is fucking arresting him, and it's like, I got you on fucking camera. It's like, but I didn't do shit. But it's like, I have you on fucking camera, dog. Like what do we like? Some people just lie to the end of the fucking earth. For fucking even when
Well,
they know
they
they're
might
wrong.
not be lying, but yeah, these people we're talking about. But what
All
I'm saying
saying,
is, I get it.
it's just
I
the
wanna
most
know-
honest you can be.
I want to know what people think, though. I genuinely do.
Yeah, they probably don't like it.
If
They're
you
probably
can-
not about it.
I want people to sound off in the comments.
Most people
want to
live a fake life.
Points.
Yeah,
We're both making good points. I don't think those are the two options: test people or fake life. But what I'm saying is, do you think it's acceptable to test your partner? Because I feel like if they're not doing anything wrong, right, then they shouldn't mind the test. Because, however, is it kind of lend itself to not trusting them? They're only a human being, and like you said, what you are is who you are when no one's around. So I might think you might not do that, and then if I do that, Mike, and I leave my wallet out, right, and you do that, that's gonna save me a lot of heartache and time.
Right.
So you're right.
How about?
Are you hearing me?
Like, yeah.
Are you hearing me?
I'm not sure because I was kind of like formulating my own thing.
I know that's what I'm saying, though. But hear me agree with you. That's
but
what
I'm gonna just be
I was gonna say,
hear me agree with you.
I'm hearing me. I hear it. So like, I don't. I don't. Here's the thing.
That's fine.
Listen, but like, do you know Undercover Boss? Bring up Undercover Boss.
The show.
It's like the same fucking thing, right? Like, what's the difference between like coming undercover in your own fucking company to see how you're gonna act under my shit? Tell me, God.
He's like really emotionally involved.
Because I have a good fucking point, dog. That's a good fucking point.
Okay, so listen, I think that the difference is in Undercover Boss, there's not this romantic, intimate, trusting relationship boundary.
But there's a trust.
I get it, but I'm just saying, I think that that's a difference. I think that when you're emotionally involved with somebody and you're in a relationship, they could feel like, oh, you must not trust me if you're setting me up. But at the same time, if they didn't do anything, then there's no problem. And if they are doing something, it saves you a lot of heartache later. That's the thing. Like you're saying, Mike, I'm agreeing with that. If you're like, if you say, hey, let me get this person to hit on my girl, and we're in an exclusive thing, right? And then she's not exclusive, right? She says she would cheat on you, right, with the guy. And that guy tells you, yeah, you're saving yourself so much time and heartache. Yeah, I get it. I'm not saying I'm against it. It's just fun to play devil's advocate there because I could see how people could. I haven't done that, but yeah, maybe I'm a fool for not just testing.
I've just gotten rid of the idea of
like.
Tell
us what you think. Comment, please.
Romantic fucking movie in your fucking like. Get the romantic movie that you've always seen.
No, sure.
Get that fucking out of your face.
Mine's gone. Yeah.
Once that's gone,
mine's gone.
It's just like, all right, let's just be real. And then at the end of the day,
real.
Like. Okay, and we're all real.
Yeah, and I accepted a long time ago.
Until we're either not, or we're like put in a situation where it's just like, okay, well, we're tested. I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with testing people.
I get it, and I'm not saying there is inherently. What do you think, Mike? It's okay or it's not? I'm curious. I think he's got great points, and like
it's not okay. I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it because you're not wrong. And sometimes
no one's right or wrong here.
Sometimes, especially if you don't know somebody for a very long time, sometimes it's not a bad idea to see if this person
save yourself time and energy.
Especially as you get older, dude. I have no time for bullshit.
Time matters. Energy, time.
10 years ago, I would have entertained the bullshit. I don't want to entertain any bullshit anymore. So I'm very much like, let's get to the point. So you're right. So maybe it is a good idea to test people.
I think it's a great
subject.
Find
out if it's worth them being a part of your life or not. I also want to make a minor note real quick. You were talking about Undercover Boss. That show always drove me nuts because they take the fucking CEO and they put him in an entry-level position and they show him trying to find out who's a rat or whatever. Why don't they take him and put him in a shitty-ass apartment for 6 months and make him live off that fucking minimum wage?
Oh, shit.
Why don't that should be Undercover Boss?
Make him live like actually they have to.
Motherfuckers eting tuna and ramen.
Yeah.
And then tell me you're supposed to go to work smiling and shit.
Jeff Bezos has to piss in the bottles like the rest of them.
Yeah. And then he gets hounded for not getting the delivery out in time and shit. Yeah. Dude.
So because basically the how women dress thing, right? To go back to that. So full circle real quick. You know, I've seen people address people. It's like, you know, the argument is because you said why not let them wear whatever. The argument, the pushback is you're advertising something, you're flaunting this thing, you're putting out a hook to see if someone bites it, right? And if you're out and there's a rowdy crowd and yada yada yada, these people were kind of echoing in the podcast I'm talking about that you must not respect your man. You must not think he's got it on lock like that, or you wouldn't do that, right? But then the other argument is like, she's got it. That man's secure. She can flaunt it. He trusts her to either turn down that man, or if she's gonna say, this is what I'm gonna say, because I'm more on the side of let the bad bitch be a bad bitch, right? I'm more on that side, right? There's a part of me that obviously is like, yeah, don't let anyone look at you ever. You know?
Right.
But then as someone who values autonomy, I project that autonomy onto others, even more than they even want it sometimes, but because I want it, you know, I'm like, I want to be able to do whatever I want. No one should tell me what to do with myself.
Right.
So, and I'm not trying to have some girl be like, you know, can I wear this before we go out, right? Because also I am secure. I am not worried, right? I don't think someone's going to come up and take my bitch. Also, if they can take your bitch, it wasn't your
right,
bitch.
Then I'm going to say
it wasn't
goes
her.
Back to what he was saying.
And then it goes back to the respect thing. Like, let's just say because I'm usually in non-monogamous relationships where we're not exclusive because I don't want to live in anyone's life. If you find someone that's better suited, please,
Right.
But my thing is, it's like if I'm out with a woman who I love and she's fucking with somebody, like, find him later. if y'all are doing that shit on my time, I'm gonna have to kill you both.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
No matter what you're wearing, I'm gonna have to kill you both.
Dude, that's even terrible. So,
but you have to trust her. It really falls back into the trust on the woman. Like, that's my thing. I trust the woman enough to carry herself properly. Just because she's dressed a certain way and guys are horny doesn't mean that she's flaunting her sex. She might just feel good because she's hot. And like you said, you're not gonna be hot forever.
That's
not.
the thing.
We're gonna
You're
be
going to
old.
not be sexy soon.
And all the
That's
people,
the better way to say it. You're going to not be sexy soon.
Facts.
Okay,
and
but
all the people who are hiding that just because of this fear, that's not. It's like.
Yeah.
But here's my thing about that.
That's a great point.
That's fair.
What's their motivation?
Exactly.
That's a great point.
Exactly.
If their
And here's my
motivation
thing.
is because they want more other male attention,
right,
then this is not okay,
right?
Now
That's
you're going to
cool.
cause an issue for us, right?
Right.
Now, not that you can't have any male attention.
That's the thing,
Yeah, of course, it's okay to be
if you're
wanted
in a
and
secure
desired.
relationship where it's like we can both say that guy's hot, that girl's hot, whatever the fuck.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Then it's
yes, of course that. But yeah, what kind of attention are you seeking?
Is she cropping you out of the photos and it's just like your arm and it's just like her and an arm or like
yeah,
that?
I just feel like a bad bitch is gonna be a bad bitch.
That's a little bit
that's
more.
Gonna change it.
I feel like that's a little bit worse. It's one thing if you're just taking a selfie. If you took a picture with the person you're with,
right,
and then you crop them out, dude, that's pretty cold.
Now I've got
that
questions.
to me signifies like I'm on the out or now I'm freshly looking because you guys have been on dating apps. How many times have you scrolled through? Yeah, right. How many times have you scrolled through the chick's photo and you could clearly see there's a guy's arm around her? And it's like, okay, are you in a relationship and you're cheating, or did you just get out of a relationship, or is that like just your friend, whatever? But they never specify. Though they have no problem using that cropped photo, but they never specify whose hand that is and what's going on.
I want to say one thing. He is right. That's a fucking good ass point. But thing I have like a bigger fucking pet peeve with is when you use fucking 6 of the same goddamn headshots. It's like we get what your fucking head looks like with the first one, dog. We only want to know what your body looks like.
Yeah.
I'm a dick for saying that.
Photos.
Who gives a shit? Whatever. Back up to you.
The
Back
group
up to
photos,
you.
dude. The group photos are the worst. If I look at your profile and
know.
it's 6 group photos,
It's never
how the
the
fuck
one you
am I
want it
supposed
to be.
Oh, dude, and that's why they do it. I'm not trying to be mean.
it's
But
just
that's
the
why they do it.
truth.
I get it. Look, my buddy Keith is a good-looking guy. At one point in time, I was kind of like, maybe I should take a lot of photos with him and put him on fucking, you know what I mean?
That's dirty. That's
and then I'll just crop him out with his arm around me. No,
Dude,
but
you know,
like,
50 dates, one of them's going to be like, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Well, it's all a numbers game, I guess, really.
And,
It is.
And again, I think okay, here's another thing too, right? Because I used to be a lot more insecure. I think when you're more young you are, the more insecure you are, especially me, someone who's been trying to get better. So I used to be young. I used to go through phones. I used to do all that dumb shit. I will never, ever do that again in my life. And it's also like, it just depends. I used to say, like, the argument about dressing overly provocative was, for me, you're going to cause some drunk guy to come out here, step out of line, and force my hand.
Right.
And it's like, all right, but you can't run around scared. Like, it's like, if she's carrying herself in a way that's not like, oh, let me flirt with him until the last minute, if you're just looking hot, you're allowed to look hot. Like, we can't be like, women can't look hot because men can't control themselves. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that is a rare thing, and it's also just be able to defend someone but not want to. That's the thing. It's like, I'm not wanting to get in any physical altercation.
Right.
That was my
exactly.
whole thing. It's not I'm scared. It's like I just don't want to have to get into that.
It's just unnecessary.
But I also don't want you to dim your beauty in your one chance of being beautiful for the women. Yeah, after 27 they look like shit, and it's like so if they want to keep their beauty,
Unless they don't have children. Jennifer Aniston.
Well, that's money.
God.
Also, not having children helps a lot.
Yeah, but what helps more? Millions.
I mean, listen,
Well,
that
that's
does help a lot, but to be fair, though,
they're both to help.
I would argue the same part, dude. Not having children.
I would say money has to
Dude,
be more.
there are so many poor girls that have no kids that probably look fucking amazing versus like what? I mean,
You say poor
the
girls?
Poor girls that don't have kids have a good.
I thought you said porn
I'm
girls.
saying,
I don't know what I said.
I think my argument is the money is more important. Big money, millions, can make you look better than not having kids.
Use it right.
Correct, of course.
That's the
always,
thing, dude.
Always that.
You're
always
into
that.
surgery over like the natural shit, dude. You're gonna look crazy.
Dude, there's some people like there's a woman at work that we work with actually. She's had a lot of face work and stuff, and then I remember she went away for 6 weeks.
Is she hot?
And came back with like a butt. She's an older woman.
But
She didn't have a butt, and then all of a sudden she came back with this butt. Obviously, she got a BBL. It's like
Ooh,
it's pretty
is she hot?
fucking up now. She's not.
Okay.
she is now.
As a matter of fact, look,
Straight.
I don't want to put your business out there, but do you remember to
But
St.
about to.
Patrick's Day? I'm gonna put it out.
Just write the time down, Mike, please. 1:03 on the time clock.
Do you remember the? I wasn't there for this, but there was a woman who approached you. She had glasses, an older blonde woman, at the St. Patrick's Day happy hour. She's from work, and she approached you in a manner of seeking attention.
Okay.
She is
And you
friends with
obliged.
this woman. I want to say names so badly, but you know this shit. I always forget. Like, I'm sitting here talking to you guys, and then I forget. Like, oh yeah, this is gonna go on.
Anyone can
like,
watch
fucking,
this,
Yeah,
yeah.
shit. Like,
6 or 7 unks gonna be watching it.
yeah, he's gonna be
Yeah,
like, I knew that white boy was crazy.
So wait, what happened? She approached
So,
me wanting attention.
This woman that approached you, she's really good friends with the other one who's had a lot of work done, and they walk around together at work a lot.
I
She
know
works
who it is
across the
now.
hall from us.
I know who it is now. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think sometimes when I look at that woman's face, sure, it looks good because she's had work done to it, but it looks so fake. It almost looks like her mouth can't close because she's kind of stuck like this, like.
There's a lot of girls.
You know
like
what I
that,
mean?
Yeah.
And like once you start, like I'm not trying to be mean, but you start to kind of look like one of those blow up dolls. From
It
back in
depends
the
on how
day.
much you do. Like you said, you gotta
You
do
know?
it right. You gotta do minimal and very spread out.
I
and
thought
do
about
it.
getting Botox done on my eyes,
I'm gonna get a little.
because I get like
I already know
all
I'm getting
this
a little.
crap.
Yeah,
It's
smile
so
lines.
bad, man.
I'm only getting a tiny bit. I'm not gonna have anything crazy.
Yeah.
I would probably get a little bit in probably when I'm 40, and that's it.
Yeah.
Just to keep me a little bit longer. But if you start getting it when you're and keep getting it
Yeah,
as a
dude.
guy
But
too.
my
think it's gonna
question
get bad.
becomes: is it the same deal like a tattoo? Right? Is it like Botox works? I don't know exactly how it is. Is it just a thing you put in your face and then it just sort of like does its own thing, or is it like a tattoo where it's like or surgery where it's like a direct thing that you are doing that? Same way like a tattoo, you have a good days, you have bad days. Sometimes, like at the end of the day, you're gonna have the tattoo, right? But sometimes you're gonna have like a shittier version, or sometimes you're gonna have a perfect version.
Yeah.
Right.
You have to pick a
Is
good
that
artist.
part of it?
Pick a good
Or-
artist, a good surgeon.
I would say, I would
Yeah.
say surgeons. You would have
gotta
to
pick a
find,
good
but,
artist.
But Botox is a little tricky because they can, dude. Botox is so quick and easily done that in Vegas there's kiosks where they just inject the shit like you're in a mall getting a massage or
you've
something.
seen
In a
Always
mall getting
Sunny,
my
that
Cisco
episode?
pendant.
Yeah, or the fucking cream that they always want to rub cream on your
Or the
fucking hand.
fucking the magnet bracelets
Yeah.
that can not keep you
Yeah,
sturdy.
it doesn't do anything for you, and like
And you know another thing, you know, it's just a thought I had. The little girl car washes, the little cheerleading girl car washes
Yeah,
fundraisers.
dude.
You know what I'm talking about?
This is
Yeah.
a good point.
Hold on. This is my thing. Okay, look, hear me out,
I'm already curious.
Mike. Hear me out. You ride by sometimes, you know, everyone's seen them. You know, it's like a cheerleading team. They're fucking 10, right? They're doing this car wash. They got their signs, right? Can we not?
Yeah, it's weird.
Okay, and here's
It's
the,
weird.
and thank you for saying it, because if you say it, you're weird. You notice
Yeah.
this?
I have thoughts when you're done.
You notice this though?
Yeah.
If you
Oh, yeah.
say, "Hey, this is weird," they go, "Why are you being a creep?" You're
Yeah.
not allowed to even say
Right.
it's weird. Here's the thing.
They're saying that because they don't want you to take it away from them.
Well,
That's all they have.
it's just funny because it's like it's one of those things where I had a buddy hit me up and say this, "Hey, can we stop doing this?" And he's like, "I can't even say that without being a creep." And that was funny that he hit me up. I'm like, "You know, you're safe here."
Yeah, you're safe,
You
right.
know, but it's
Yeah.
like, and we got talking back and forth about it. And my thing is like, I'm not sexualizing it, right? You don't see a lot of young boys doing it, first off,
No.
right? But so there's these young girls in there in the bikinis, and they're fucking doing these car washes for this fundraiser. Their cheer moms are sitting off to the side like madams in their little folding chairs, right? And look, I don't sexualize it. It's innocent. I'm not saying I'm sexualizing it. I'm not even saying I'm uncomfortable. I'm saying trying to drive with the erection is uncomfortable. It's trying to drive with the raging hard on, Mike, is what's the it doesn't make me uncomfortable.
That's how
It's
that
trying
bus crashed.
it's trying to drive is so that's a joke I was gonna say on TikTok, and
That's
my buddy
funny.
was like, "It's not a bad joke, right?"
I think it's a funny joke. I like it.
Yeah.
But it is, dude. Bro, when it's crazy when you look at the people that are going to get their car washed at those. Like, Every other person in line is a guy by himself.
Well, that's what I was about to say. That's what I was
that
about to
shit
say.
is weird.
That's what I'm about to say. Okay, it's not creepy, right? That's their argument.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
I'm supporting a local.
Yeah. Fine.
Okay.
It's fine. Go back to selling cookies, girls.
Yeah.
Because here's the
straight
thing.
up.
Here's the thing. If it's not creepy, then it's not creepy for me to go 13 times in a row. Because I don't think it's clean enough.
It
You know what I'm
wasn't clean
saying?
enough. Yeah. You missed the spot.
Dude, yeah. The 7th time around, their cops are called. Straight up. I know because I've done it.
Dude, it is weird.
Also,
Also,
they're-
cheer moms are fucking crazy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're worse.
They're gonna do a bad job.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It's
saying.
not like
Yeah.
get off the other part,
Exactly.
and it's just like at the end
Come
of the
for
day,
this
dude,
shitty,
like
if
the-
you're not a
the
pedophile, what are
paint
you going? Yeah,
on a
Yeah.
car?
it almost makes more
matters.
sense to be a pedo than
Between
go because let's go
pollen,
get a shitty car wash.
Salt, fucking the
Kids
sun,
don't know how
dude.
to do anything.
They're not doing it right. Like,
Yeah.
you think I'm gonna pay you money to no, dude. Like, the whole thing is fucking stupid. Why don't they have the little boys do it?
That's what I'm saying.
To be honest, if we're
Because they're
being
all
honest,
busy at the Vatican washing on the Pope mobile.
honestly, they do a better
quick,
job.
Mike.
That's where they're all
That's quick
at.
draw, brother. That's fast.
Man.
They're all busy at the Vatican. That's great.
You know what's funny though? While we're talking about this, I had this thought. Right? Imagine like you know how some people are like they go to a local car wash like once a month or whatever. They have a membership or some stupid shit or
Sure.
whatever. Can you imagine you roll in and Manuel's like, "Where you been? I could tell somebody was here." He knows you're cheating on him with these fucking 12-year-olds.
They did a terrible job.
I don't know if
They
this
did
is funny.
Terrible job.
But yeah, dude, I don't know. Like it's a weird thing, man. Look, I get it's a fundraiser, but like I just feel like there's so many other things you could do to raise that money.
Yeah, and again, it's not like it's I'm not saying it's weird, but people, it is. It's like
It is weird, and here's why.
Yeah, tell
because
me.
you can't do that much business doing it, right? Like, I'm not saying doing an online thing would matter, but like, the chances of your
What do you mean
online
an online
campaign,
thing?
well, if they
Like, do
fucking
the same
would just
thing,
make
but
a
like
fucking
XNXX?
skit, they make a skit on fucking YouTube,
Oh.
would make more sense to me than literally doing what they did. Like, even if it's just like a stab. It's not going to make you
Well,
money.
there was
but
something.
it
I think
could.
bikini
You know
car
what I
washes
mean?
were first, right?
Yeah,
So
that
that's what I'm
was the
saying.
thing.
So even if they're not
pitched
doing
that at work,
it's
by
like
the
the
way.
idea is somehow
But to be
sexual.
fair, yeah, I guess it would technically come from that.
That's what I'm saying. There's
You know,
some type
yeah.
of weirdly, and look,
There's no way to
even
not.
if it's not sexual, right? So here's the thing: it's like my niece sitting on my lap for something. Hear me out.
I'm here.
Isn't sexual. Also, get the fuck off my lap. Straight up, bro. Like straight up, because
I
it's
got
like,
it.
look, I don't want you to misremember this shit when you're 12.
Yeah,
like,
right.
I don't need some therapist to dig some fake memory out of you.
Listen.
Like, honestly, as someone who is molested, I'm so worried about. I'm so
Listen.
conscious about that, bro. Even if I'm making sure there's no mistakes.
How
I know
much-
there's nothing
Oh my
sexual about my
God.
niece on my lap. Also, sit the fuck there.
How much money do you think they are charging for a car wash?
Oh, I think it's donation based for their
Yeah,
fundraiser.
Whatever.
I'm gonna say a lot of times it's
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
It depends
Okay.
on how many times you
Fair,
come, I think.
Fine, then I won't. Okay. So instead of that bullshit, pick up dog shit. Every human being in this fucking earth's got dog shit. Charge them $10. They got a yard full of it, whatever the fuck. Even if it doesn't. You know what I mean? Like, whatever you're charging for a fucking car wash, go around. Do some actual real work.
Pick up some shit.
Work that people actually want done.
Have you seen that small
Nothing
company?
sexual.
Have you seen that small company that just started here in Anne Arundel County? That's what they do. They go around and you can get them to come to your house weekly and pick up the dog shit out of your yard. You don't have to pick it up anymore. But you have to do the membership service. If it's a one-time cleaning, it's $100 just for them to pick the dog shit up. If you do the membership, I think it's $15 a week. And I was like, damn, that's actually like, that's not bad. I hate
No,
picking
no.
up dog shit. $15 is pretty.
Especially if they do the vacuum.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. And they've
Most of
got,
them.
I mean, I'm imagining they have to be quick about this, right? So they probably have whatever bells and whistles that I'm not willing to pay for. I'm out there with a fucking bag over my hand, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They probably, like you said, have a machine. Boom, 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 done. But I was driving behind this guy one day and I read the thing and I was like, what is this? And I Googled it and I was like, holy shit. That's one of those things that I've never really thought of. That's not a bad service, dude. Dude, I got my friends are really good with their kids, man. I'll give them that. Like my buddy's
It's great to see, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love seeing a good
my buddy
parent.
Sam's daughter just turned 18, dude, and he's like, I mean, he's pretty much been their only parent his whole, their whole lives or whatever. And he's just like, he never has an issue. I remember when we lived together, and his daughter was like 3 or 4 or whatever. I remember he would come home and he was gonna go play with her, but he would go downstairs real quick and I guess I don't know how to word this because I figure we're on a podcast, but he would go downstairs and say, "Let me get my imagination real quick." You know what I mean? So he would smoke, and then
Okay.
but then he would hang out with her for 4 hours. You know what I mean? You know, and it was just like, and he was tuned in and like whatever
Oh
they're playing.
yeah, there's no
he's
better
laying
parent
on the
than a high
floor,
parent.
playing
There's
with
no
all,
better
you know.
parent than a high
But it
parent.
was just like, dude, like, and then like my buddy Keith and his wife Jenna, like they have 2 children, and like, dude, they literally dedicate their lives to their kids. And it's
Yeah.
like I think it's very beautiful when you see that.
Yes.
I am not that person, man. I don't think I could do it.
Yeah. You don't
you
want
know,
to have them?
I don't want kids, man. For a couple different reasons. Number one, dude, I still fuck up in my regular everyday life.
That's
so it's
okay.
like
No one's
I just,
perfect.
you know, well, yeah, but I don't know, like I don't think that I'm necessarily a great picture for like a role model of what you should do with your life. Or
Oh,
whatever.
interesting.
But now I will say this: I think I have a lot of
I
integrity.
think you should think more highly of yourself. Yeah.
I think highly of myself. I do, but I don't think, because my thing is this, dude. I have trouble being around children because the way I talk is very unfiltered. Whatever's on my mind is
That
on
would
my
be
mind.
okay for
I'm
your
gonna
kid.
say that. Yeah, and that's, yeah, I guess you've got a valid point
I'm
there,
telling
right?
you, this is
Yeah,
here's another
maybe,
thing.
you
This
know.
is something I used to do all the time too. Is go, I couldn't be a dad in the traditional sense that everybody else is.
Yeah.
I could be a Justin dad, right? And it's like one of my
Okay.
things is like picking a woman to have a child with, right? That's my huge.
That's the-
it's a huge,
dude,
huge
that's the
thing.
scariest
and then
part.
also it's like the time and energy commitment. It's like because there's no part of me that wouldn't show up. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my moral code. It's not something I'm following from groupthink,
Right,
right?
right,
It's
I
something
gotcha.
dipping out on the kids is not something I would do. But showing up for them doesn't necessarily mean living in the same house with the family at all times. Like, you know, you can kind of genuinely set it up however you want, you know?
I guess that's true too.
In a
You're
weird
right.
way, if you
You're
find the
right.
right people in the right way, you can like kind of set up. I'm gonna start that cult. So you said I'm a good leader. I'm gonna figure it out.
Dude, I generally, like, I swear to you, man, like, people listen when you talk. I think you would make.
Not on here.
that's
There's only
not
10
true.
people tuned into this.
That's not true.
But-
Now, I mean, I've seen the boosts and numbers you got when Uncle was
Well,
on
shout
here.
out to 607, baby, Worldwide Hustle.
But at the same time, I mean, dude, like I said, like I mean, look, I watched some episodes of Two Broke Boys back in the day when you guys were when you were just sitting at a table, you know, and like what you've evolved to. I mean, good
It's
God,
been,
man,
dude.
like,
We're so proud of us. Yeah, not to get
You
too
should
gay
be.
into it, but yeah,
You should be.
Me and Mike.
I think you
it's
guys are
been
doing something
beautiful.
awesome.
Yeah, no, it couldn't have went any other way. It's been.
This is legit, man. Like, you
Yeah.
legitimately, like, this is a real legitimate. Like, I mean, dude, this is not. Yeah, dude, you should be super proud of yourself.
We
I
are.
think you
We
guys
genuinely
have,
are, and all
you
we're
know,
trying to do always is get better. So it's like the better we're gonna get better guests. We're gonna figure out, you know, we're gonna get better camera. We're doing also iPhones.
But
bro.
see, and that's also, well, dude, and that's which I think is dope, by the way.
Yeah.
But that's you as a person. I feel like you generally live every day to be like, how can I get better? Not
How
just
can I
not
get
like
better?
necessarily how can I get better as being a better person, but how can I get better at this? How can I get better at this? How can I focus more on this? And how can I let this go? Like, you're very, very in tune with
I
every
don't
day,
want to be stagnant, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to, yeah.
which is good. That's why I like conversations with you. That's why I like talking to you. Dude, I hate to say it, but like, you come across people, and I feel like a lot of times you get surface chatter, just bullshit, right? People that don't want to
Yeah.
think, people that don't want to really have any feeling. They just want to go home
I
and
don't
put the
think some
TV
of them
on.
aren't
and
even
it tells
capable.
them, well, that too, man. There's some people that
Yeah.
can't even put thoughts together, which is crazy, but whatever. And those are the people that we usually put in charge. Anyways, it's one of the things, dude. Like, I literally, there is like, I hate to say this, but I have a list of people in my mind, especially at work, where I'm like, I don't want to have a conversation with you because you're very boring to me.
Yeah.
You have nothing
Yeah.
of substance to offer. You have nothing that's going to challenge me. You have nothing that's going to make me think. You have nothing that's going to make me laugh. You don't have anything that's going to make me feel.
Yeah, and that's just the
So when I
truth.
waste
It's
my
the
time-
objective truth. It's the objective truth. It's just
Yeah.
like not everyone is exciting or
Yeah.
like got some shit.
Which is
And-
fine. But
Yeah. I think that's the stuff I care about is whatever the deeper thing is. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I'm like, let's get into it. Let's dig into something and figure out what's what.
But that's why I think I've always been drawn to you. Like, you've always been like, I don't know, man, because you can have some really good conversations with you. And I just feel like there's only a handful of people at work that you can have conversations with like that. You know what I mean? There's so many people at work that you just kind of suck, but whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'm just curious too, you know? I'm
Yeah.
curious.
But you utilize your brain, man. A lot of people don't. A lot of people get to a point where they just want to like live in autopilot, like he was talking about. And it's like so many people just
NPCs.
get stuck like that. And I'm like, I feel so stale, and I feel like I become miserable and angry.
Yeah.
Like
I have
something's
to
got to
start- I have
change
to
or
throw
something.
something into the fire. I have to throw
Yeah.
my life into the blender if it
Right.
gets too monotonous. And it's like there's something about like adversity that you choose, whether it be a hard hike or a hard thing. It's like just throw my life into a blender in a healthy way,
Right.
As opposed to heroin addiction or
And
whatever.
see what happens, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess that's it's definitely not the healthiest way to go.
No,
And
it's
if nothing else, it's good to just like throw your like soul at people, just to like you do it for comedy. we're doing it on this podcast. Like, there's something good about it, right? Like, there'll be honest comments that come back, and it'll just keep you. I don't know. I don't want to say keep you honest, but like, yeah, I don't know. There's something good about like putting your out there.
I agree, and that's the thing. It's like it's comedy, right? But I'm also being like, and that's the thing. So it's if you tune in for the comedy, and the episode's not funny, it happens. Not every we do one every week too.
Hit or miss, dude. Comedy.
We do one every week, but I'm also interested in like getting better. I'm also interested in talking about trauma and triggers and how do we feel about this? Is this insecurity? Is that? Right. It's all a journey to me, And I really do read the books. I really do go to the retreats.
Culture, clout chaser.
Dude, every time I see you, you're reading a new book. Every time I see you, you've got something else. Like
and that's not something I advertise a whole lot.
No, I know.
But it's like people who see me, at work, I got a book bag.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Not everyone has to have a book bag. I got a book bag full of journals and books and snacks and weed, unregistered pistol, anthrax.
Everything you would need for work.
Yeah.
But see, that's the other thing that's cool about your podcast, too, dude. It's engaging conversation. Everything that you could turn on almost any one of your podcasts, and there's going to be something in there that you're going to be like, you're going to have your own thoughts on. You're going to want to form a discussion on. You're like, I could talk to somebody about this. What do you think about this? Like literally, like even today, like there's so many things that I'm sure.
Those are the fun convos. That's what I'm saying, because it's like opinion based by fact, and it's like we're working well with each other. Like and it help. What it does is it also helps me formulate my own opinions. When I get to hear someone else's, and I can go, okay, let me take some of that, and then some of this. It's all just regurgitated bullshit anyway.
Well, and also seeing other people's points of views and seeing other people's sides. I never thought about testing people until today. It's just one of the things.
It's a good thing.
No,
that's my thing.
But I think it's important to see other people's views, and like, dude, having a one-minded set of just thinking like the way I think is the smartest way. This is the rightest way. To me, that's just crazy, dude. Like, no, like don't get me wrong. I think everybody thinks their idea might be the best idea. However, I think it's very beneficial to listen to everybody else, because you know what? You might learn something, or you might be like, holy shit, this guy is seeing 10 steps ahead. I was only seeing 2 steps ahead.
People get super attached to their belief.
Right.
It's the non-attachment, right? And it's like, and that's the thing that I'm at the age in my life where a lot of the stuff I have been reading is kind of coming full circle, where it's like, that lends itself to being a good communicator, where it's like, I'm not trying to attach to these thoughts,
Right,
they're just thoughts that are happening. They're not mine. You ever do any meditation or anything?
Dude, I tried. I used to do 5 minutes. At one point in time, I was doing
fucking brutal?
It is. It's very.
It really is hard as a motherfucker.
I don't know if it was you or if it was Greg from work that told me this, but someone told me that, like, okay, when you're doing it, the first thought that ever comes to your head. Was it when you're doing it? If it was Greg. If not, it was me. That's, you would think I would remember who said it because of that. But now they were just saying that, like, and again, it might have been you. But
it was.
But we're saying when you get that thought in your head, to immediately just remind yourself, like, clear it out. We're only just focus on your breathing.
Yes.
Think about nothing but your breath.
Right.
And that's it.
Right. And well, the thing that was the key turning point about that for me is because a lot of people, myself included, will feel like you're failing because you'll think about the breath. 1, 2, maybe 3. Next thing you know, it's like, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Something itches. You'll get it to where you forgot you were even meditating. And then trying to look at that with non-judgment, right? Instead of going like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah, so, but it's not failing at meditation. The whole practice of it in the beginning is to notice that, gently bring it back. To notice it and gently bring it back. And then eventually you can view the things that are happening instead of being stuck in there.
Yeah, which is crazy. It's almost like a disassociation, if you will.
Yes,
which is great.
Where you're getting to look at the mind. We walk around with this one filter that our entire reality is put through, and no one takes time to look back at it.
Right. That's true.
We're spending all this time to distract ourselves to have to sit still for boredom.
Yeah.
It's like constant. People don't realize that we're constantly ruminating about the past, about the future, about the hunger, about the desire, about the itch, about the this. It's like the present is it. And it's some type of spiritual communion to actually step into it.
I think it's good for anxiety too, man, because
Definitely.
One of the things I struggled with, especially with the modern technology that we have, is whenever you're killing a few minutes, like at a red light or, I don't know, you got to wait for an elevator. It's so easy to pull your phone out.
What?
And just be like,
the little comfort rectangle?
Yeah, dude.
Little comfort brick?
Crazy.
Everyone does it. And I feel weak every time I do it.
Exactly. And when I try to stop doing it, I realized, like, oh, shit. I don't know what to do in situations where I'm not supposed to do anything.
Bro, and
I'm just waiting for the light to turn.
And it's going to get worse and worse.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Oh, dude, it's going to get everyone's going to be on shit.
So one of those little hacks, right? If you don't want to find yourself sitting on a meditation cushion, you know, for minutes at a time and shit, if you don't want to do that, one of those things is at that red light, when you think about grabbing your phone, you can think. What helped me, honestly, is hearing someone call it a comfort brick.
Yeah.
So then it's just recognizing, oh, this is for comfort. I'm just trying to scratch this little itch in my brain. Don't be a pussy, right? And then if I take that 1 minute to go, let me be intentional about my breath. Not even meditate. Red light, eyes open. Let me just go in. And I even say in my mind, in, out. In my mind, right? So I can keep it on there a little better. Just that, to step out of the monkey mind for just a second. Because all day long, we're walking around in monkey mind dreamscape. We don't even know it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure, dude. I have a fidget cube. I've been using that. That's been helpful as fuck. But it's still, you know what I mean? Like you do that for like 30, 40 seconds, then you're like, all right, well, what's next? You know?
Yeah.
So we've definitely become a society of like such a short attention span.
Yeah, and it's
constantly looking for the next thing.
Constantly, yeah, and it's even reading, you know, is not sitting with myself,
dude.
In a weird way, right? When I go, I'll go to the park sometimes, and I'll sit in the grass and I'll read. It's cool because I'm reading, so it's not like my phone. At the same time, I'm not just sitting, and existing.
No,
I'm distracting, but it sounds good because I'm getting an education. I'm reading this thing,
right? But you're right.
You know. And
you know what I found myself? This is something that I've found myself doing. I'll start reading something, and I'll read a whole page, read the whole thing, and I'll get to the next page, and then I'll be like, wait a second, what did I just read?
Oh yeah, because your monkey mind,
all these dumb
your
thoughts.
monkey mind's already you're not there.
Yeah,
100%.
And I'd have to, dude. I'll have to literally have a moment where I have to bring myself back and be like, stop. Take this in.
Yeah,
we're doing this.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
and
even that's good if you do it non-judgmentally. You know,
probably have ADHD or some shit.
Definitely, you got all kind of shit.
Yeah, it's not, dude.
I think there's all kind of acronyms. LGBTQ. I think.
Yeah. I'm the question mark.
Let me ask you this before we get out of here. You got any guilty pleasures?
Guilty pleasures, man. I have a sweet tooth. I don't know.
What are your sweet tooth like? Are we talking like Nerd gummy clusters? Or are we talking like Hershey chocolate?
Dude, I'm a big chocolate guy, but I'm like pastries and cakes, dog. Like,
really?
So I'll go, dude. Clark put me on this shit, okay?
Oh, God, Clark
put me onto this shit because I accidentally told him how obsessed I am with. Dude,
you can't bring up food to that man.
Dude, you can't. Which is crazy how in such great shape he is.
Dude, he loves it.
That motherfucker eats like crazy.
He needs to have a food vlog. He loves it.
He should.
It's sexual when he eats. He's like, it's bizarre.
And that's also one of those guys that I think takes a little bit of time to really get out of his shell because he doesn't know you like that. But when you do, what an entertaining person.
Yeah.
But so I used to have this habit on Saturday mornings. I'd get up early as fuck and I would drive. Sometimes I would drive hours, like La Plata, wherever. And I would go find a new bakery or I'd go find a new donut shop.
Okay.
I'm gonna go check this out. Let me see if this is
nice ones?
Dude.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were doing some bullshit like grabbing a thing of like powdered donuts from the gas station.
Fuck
You're
no.
going to like that
real
I can respect.
Real stuff.
I can respect going to get some
real
bakery
I don't
fresh
fuck with,
from that day.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
I don't fuck with like, dude, like there's so much processed shit out there, so it's almost hard to stay away from it. But when it comes to like any kind of treats like that, pastries, donuts, like I want the real deal. I don't want a prepackaged fudge brownie or a freaking tasty cake or something. Like, don't get me wrong, I'll eat the waxy shit too. But
of course.
But dude, so I used to have a habit of that where I would get up and I'd be like, cool. And then when I get there, I'm like, well, I drove so far, I should get 6 donuts. I don't fucking need 6 donuts.
Were you going donuts or were you going pastries?
Oh, it would be all sorts of stuff, dude. It depended on what they had.
Mm-hmm.
So he put me onto this spot in Frederick, and now this place is fucking wild, dude. They have so many good things, but it's only open Thursday through Sunday.
I love a place like that.
And,
it creates this false sense of like supply and demand.
Yeah, and they don't post their menu because whatever they make for that weekend is
gone.
So they're gonna make it Thursday, they're gonna make it Friday, they're gonna make it Saturday, and then Sunday I think is just what's left, right? So you get there, they don't open until 9. I got there at 7:30 in the fucking morning because Clarky told me to. And he wasn't wrong. There was already 35 people in line.
Damn, bro. See, open a second one.
They were sold out of some of the shit that I wanted by the time I got up there.
I bet.
Because people were buying stuff by the dozen, which I don't fault them for. They've been there since
we
early.
gotta go check that out because that sounds fun.
Dude, I'll say it's like this.
We got it.
I can't remember the name of the bakery. I wanted to
them.
shout them out, but I can't remember the.
I mean, if they do donuts, like.
Dude, there's so many. Like, okay,
we gotta hit one.
Locally, I love Carlson's. I love even the little donut shack right there by the McDonald's.
Okay,
on,
I've never been over
P&A.
there.
Yeah, was it a Rundle Donut?
Yeah,
little. It's an Asian family. They have an apple fritter and they call it chop suey. It's fucking phenomenal.
Huh.
I like them. I like Carlson's. There's a place further down in Severna Park that's 24 hours. It's pretty good donut wise. But like, man, there used to be a spot in Catonsville that would bring donuts from all over Maryland. It was called 818 Market, and
That's
what they would do.
nice. And then they do all the work for you.
And that's how I found out about the place in La Plata, because that's like an hour and a half away. It's called B Donuts.
It's nice to get plugged into something like that.
Yeah.
It's about who you know and what you know.
Well, what happened was I went to this place because it was a grand opening, whatever. I spent a lot of time in Catonsville anyways because my therapist is right there. And I was like, well, let me go check this place out. They're no longer open, by the way, because they were very bougie and a little expensive. But I went in there and I was like, oh, they've got awesome. So I bought all this shit. And they had 2 types of donuts. It was great. I come back the next week. They're completely different donuts. So I was like, well, what's the deal? Last week you had these. And they're like, well, yeah, what we do is we go to these different bakeries, these smaller bakeries all over Maryland, and we buy, and then we sell it for the weekend.
Cool. I love that vibe.
So they were putting it was almost like free advertisement for these other bakeries. You know what I mean? And then, of course, unfortunately, 818 went under. And then the guy who owns fucking State Fair and El Guapa and all that other shit that he owns over there, he bought the building to try to save it, but it was too far in the red, so they just had to close. So now it's just vacant. But it was a cool spot. It just was bougie and expensive.
Duck donuts and then fractured prune are like the type of donuts that, like, if I have my choice, it's like those crazy. Was it like that, or is it like normal ass donuts?
So it depends on where you're going. B Donuts will have a few concoctions like that, but there's a place in Sykesville that will do more of like the Fruity Pebble donuts and you know, that type of stuff.
You know what it's called?
Fuck, I can't remember.
It's like it's not good for you, right? Like for me, it's like
dessert.
let's go. Like, come on,
It's dessert.
it's cool to like be here, but like if we're gonna
dessert.
I don't
kill
mess with
ourselves on
And
food,
let's be honest, this is not breakfast. This is dessert.
It's straight up,
I mean,
which is
it's
kind of
not-
crazy, right? The idea
But
that you can
still-
sell somebody a fucking donut
What is
as
pancakes then?
breakfast,
Fuck you, it's
and
It's
then
dessert.
and then
Still
everyone
breakfast.
sits
It's
around and
all
goes,
dessert, though.
so
If we're being
Dude,
honest,
it's
most of
crazy.
dessert.
Like cereal.
Even the acai
breakfast
bowls, I mean,
dessert, motherfucker. I don't
they're more
care.
extreme with it.
They're good, but you're right.
delicious.
They still have a lot of sugar in them. Like,
It's fucking
Yeah.
sherbet.
it's to
And,
cure
and
that
granola
dopamine.
and peanut butter
Yeah.
and honey. And, I mean, look, they're delicious and probably better than Fruity Pebbles. But
Yeah, dude. Dunkin' Donuts, by the way. Back in the day, their donuts were fine, but now they're frozen and they get them and they have to thaw them out for the day. So they get them like a week in advance. Those donuts have been sitting in a freezer and shit. You know, I'm gonna still eat it. Don't get me wrong, but like I said, I know that it's just purely for the dopamine rush,
Well,
not so
look,
much for the quality.
Those heart-shaped fucking Boston creams, stop fucking doing that.
They
Stop
put fudge in
fucking
some of
doing
them.
that. Like, the circle makes it so that the cream will, like, spread evenly. A fucking heart, the cream don't spread evenly. You can't get any cream in
you're
there.
right. You're not wrong about that. You're not wrong with that. If I had a donut shop, you know what I'd do? I'd have a dining counter, and you could get a Boston cream. I'd put a straw in the middle of it. You could suck the cream out, and then I'd inject more cream in there for you. And then you can just fucking throw the
Also,
donut
that's-
away.
yeah. You guys seen American Primeval?
I don't think so.
No. Yeah, I thought you said American Pie, and then
I
I,
thought
heard
that too.
Evil.
No,
and I was like, wait a
American
second.
Primeval on Netflix. It's a
That's
series. It's pretty badass. Honestly, the first episode I was in. So if you check out the first, you gotta catch me quick. But it was nominated for a couple Emmys.
What is it? Like,
Okay,
they talk
great,
about
great.
individual people?
It's basically, I think, in the 1800s, it's like settlers. There's whites, then there's like the Indians.
I
There's
like how
the
you add the H.
There's whites and there's the Indians and then there's the Mormons and then there's basically this story of this woman and her child trying to travel across the lands, and there's wolves, there's a patch, there's all kind. Honestly, there's
Holy shit.
They're not.
I would be nervous if you were trying to cross the country. Like, I see camper ladies doing the
Yeah.
Whoa, dude, what are you doing? 1800s?
That's what I'm saying, and it's just because apparently they're on their way to their husband. It's first.
Holy shit, they're
Listen,
not with their husband.
and listen,
oh,
and listen,
fuck,
That's
I'm watching
crazy.
this.
And listen,
Yeah.
We're gonna die.
First episode in, they're not shying away from gore, from killing people who you might. It's good.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
telling you,
I mean, from
I
the
don't like
fucking
shows.
subject matter, they
It's great.
What
they
can they
can't.
do?
They can't.
What
I
can
know.
they do?
But they're showing the shit too. So
holy shit.
shout out to American Primeval, one episode in. Thanks for coming. Love you. Appreciate you.
Oh, let me plug one thing real quick.
Plug it.
Please.
September 19th,
Oh, yeah,
Heavy
please.
Seas Brewery. I'm putting my first comedy show on. Dom Selesky's headlining it. We got Bam Jacobs, Luke Harris, Chris Randolph, Bobby
Okay.
Ray, and myself. Bam's hosting. September 19th, Heavy Seas. Tickets are going to go on sale this week, probably in the next day or two. By the time this comes out, it'll be on sale. September 19th, Heavy Seas Brewery.
Gonna do it.
September
All right.
19th is a what day of the week?
Friday.
Okay, September 19th, Friday, is a showcase.
Oh, no, it's a show.
It's a
Full-blown
show. And Selesky?
Selesky's headlining.
Selesky's headlining. You're
$15
hosting it?
tickets. I'm not hosting. I'm doing 12 to 15 minutes.
Oh, cool. You're up on there.
I'm on it.
So we're
yeah.
both
Yeah.
going then, right?
Yeah, we'll probably go. Yeah,
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
Well, you got
Fuck yeah.
work. Can
What
you get
time
out?
is it?
7:30 is when the show
I get
starts.
off at 6.
So
Beautiful.
7:30 p.m.
Yeah.
I'll meet
All right.
you there.
Yeah, we'll check it out. We've been wanting to come out. So anything else to plug?
I say it right now.
All right.
That's
Thanks for coming.
Dude, thanks for having me, bro.
Appreciate you, dog.
Appreciate you.
If this doesn't work, I'll kill myself.
Damn.